Hey everybody! Hope y'all are having a nice Thursday evening or Friday morning, wherever you are around the world. We are here to play some Crimson Vow Limited, a format that I have been enjoying a bit more than I expected to. Has not felt quite as bomb-dominated as I was thinking it would. The colors are well-balanced, unlike in Midnight Hunt. And we've got a... I couldn't resist the urge to draft a little earlier today, so we are mid-draft here, with a pretty sweet black-white life gain deck. I don't think it has any rares or anything, but it's just a pile of synergistic commons, and even without bombs, you can make this sort of deck work pretty well, I think. I've been getting to... so far, I'm four games into this draft, and I've hit 50 life in 2 of them, which is a good sign. Congratulations, Cavalier Man. I beat Averbuck a couple days ago, too. I've only lost Averbuck 3 times, so, you know, not so bad. I also did draft Averbuck once. I don't think I ever managed to cast it in that draft. I think I went 2-3 and just died in a bunch of embarrassing ways before even getting to 6 mana. Alright, let's set up some Courier Bat loops, folks. Let's Courier Bat a Courier Bat so we can Courier Bat more Courier Bats. This is a good start. We are well on our way to Courier Batting some Courier Bats. Yep, that was exactly the situation in which I beat that card, Kevlar Man. What a coincidence. I don't see why all these coincidences would be happening. Alright, opponent is going to start taking 1 damage a turn off their creature as I am gaining 2 life a turn. Make that 3 life a turn. I'm pretty happy with this arrangement of things. It's not so bad. We are going to need to like hit some land drops, but if we hit these Herons with these 3 Traveling Ministers out, we're going to be in good shape. Our opponent lost 2 more life. And they kind of have to attack, which is great, because now I just get to hit them for 3 and gain 2 more life. This is... I mean, the part where I'm, like, dying isn't awesome, but I do like the part where our opponent might just beat themselves. Maybe they'll play a 4 toughness creature this turn, and we'll just kill it. Or we might just die to, you know, not having any lands, but, yeah, we'll see. See how it goes. Jofu, hello. Worst case scenario, maybe we can attack into them with a 3-power Traveling Minister and then a Valorous Stance to keep them off the board. But yeah, if we had like land to land, I don't see us losing this one. Unless they have the Wrath. Panicked Bystander. Okay, that can gain him a little bit of life. Blood Fountain. Sure. Alright, let's find us a land. God damn it. Alright. Do I want to attack past the Panicked Bystander? I guess so. Realistically, what else am I going to do this turn? I don't think I'm going to get much use out of the Valor Stance at this point. Thanks, Jofu. Yeah, my win rate is not nearly as good as it's been the last couple of sets I played seriously, but neither is Corticals. Corticals is having an even tougher time of it than I am, so I feel like that's the gold standard. Alright. Come on, I can still go land to land and probably just beat them. Probably. Wedding Security is... Darn it. Alright, shouldn't have used my Valorous Stance. I used the Valorous Stance because realistically, there honestly aren't that many cards that have 4 toughness in the black-white deck, but our opponent has played one of the few, and now I feel like a dunny for letting them stick this. But if I go land Heron of Hope, we're going to gain 6 life, and none of this is going to matter very much, so we'll see. No blocks. Kiema. What you got? You gonna feel pressured to remove the Courier Bat? I guess the problem is our opponent's deck probably also has some life gain in it, so no, that's not life gain. That is life loss. Nope. Okay. Opponent makes the pretty sensible decision, I think, not to draw a bunch of cards. Imprisons my bat. We draw Pointed Discussion. Alright, I think my best bet here is to just trade with the Fellstinger, play another bat, or do I not bother to... Yeah, I think I need to try and trade with the Fellstinger here. Nope. Nope. No dice. Alright, well, here's a bat. We're at 14. Opponent's got 12 points of power with the Wedding Security sacking this food. So if they attack, I think I am going to have to block the Stinger. That's fine. Do they also have a pump spell? This is winnable if they don't have a pump spell. Okay, need that fourth land. Alright, Parasitic Grasp is uncastable unless I cast it targeting Traveling Minister. So we can technically block and go to 5? This is oh, chat, this is such a bad game to start with. What was that? We kept a 2-lander and hit 1 land in the next 7 cards? What am I gonna do here? I don't think we can live. I mean, we can go to 4 life, block with a Traveling Minister, Parasitic Grasp with Traveling Minister, go to 7, go to 1. Opponent goes to 6 on their turn, and then I can play Heron. Yeah, no, we're dead, I think. Okay. Well, that's embarrassing. We'll try again, though. We'll try again. I think you can all see that this was absolutely a winnable game with another land a little earlier. So let's try and get there. Yeah, for all the people talk about bombs, I still, the vast majority of games I lose in this format are Screw and Flood. I don't think the bombs really make that much of a difference. They're more memorable, but if all you hear about is results, the Screw and the Flood still get you. Possible I also misused the Valorous stance there. That was a decision I had to make, and perhaps I made the wrong decision. Parasitic Grasp with 1 Swamp, the classic. Traveling Minister coming a turn late, also the classic, I guess. I feel like I just jam this over to center here. Okay, sweet. So, pretty sure this is just pointed discussion. Obviously, got some good removal for later, but let's playing Doomed Center doesn't do much on the board. I'd rather just draw some cards and get going. Great. Opponent casts a Flame Blessed Bolt in such a way that I got to gain an extra point of life, which is nice. We draw Heron of Hope, which is very good against these vampire decks. Creepy Puppeteer is terrifying, but it does die very efficiently to Parasitic Grasp. So that's nice. In this format, Mistastic, my favorite colors are, it's close, honestly. I think the Mardu colors, probably black and red, just having blood makes such a big difference to your gameplay. I think that's where I'm at. But it's, there are a lot of good options. Now do I Circle of Confinement this, or do I just play Doomed Center? I think we Circle of Confinement it. I don't see, it doesn't seem super likely that we're going to get a much better target for this. Alright, Raconteur is Deece. Problem is that whatever I play here might die. Given that whatever I play here might die, I think I'm going to go for Blood Crazed Socialite this turn over the Heron. See if we can absorb a first removal spell from our opponent and then Heron afterwards. Sanguine Statuette, sure. Abrade, okay. So they don't seem to have the land, which is good. If they have a land here, I was very dead, I think. But without a land, we have a chance. Weird game. The Creepy Puppeteer just dealt so much damage when it came in that, like, all my plans kind of got thrown out the window. Okay, so we got... I think this is going to be... So we can Heron Dissenter, or we can Purifier Dissenter hold up blood. I kind of think I'm in the mode of assuming they might still have another removal spell. So I'm going to play in this way, because this way they kill the Purifier, Dissenter still gets to block, which is really good. Weed Magic, if your opponent plays Hull Breacher, you should report them to Wizards, because that card's not legal on Arena. You're referring to Hull Breacher Horror. I mean, yes. I've certainly lost games when I play that card. Alright, opponent is discarding a 5-mana burn spell. That all makes sense. Here they come with Statuette. They're not attacking with Raconteur. Okay. Incredibly in to trade this for some life here. They do get to flip this if they don't have a spell to cast this turn, but if they don't have a spell to cast, that seems okay. Belligerent Guest, sure. Okay. Let's find a nice Traveling Minister. Courier Bat's also awesome. Okay, so we're going to go with Heron of Hope. Swing with Purifier. Opponent probably trades it for Belligerent Guest here. Or they don't. Or they just make this block let me gain 3 life and let me continue gaining 3 life, which would be fine. Yeah, I'll take that Guest. And now we get our Bat Boy down. Rescue Purifier over Socialite, I think, is the move. Kind of a close call, honestly, because Socialite's blood token is like drawing a card when it enters the battlefield. I think the long-term life gain feels good. So now we're in a pretty good spot. We can stop Raconteur. Falconwrath Celebrants is fine. We're now just gaining 3 life a turn and drawing cards off the Purifier, which is awesome. Question is, should I play this land or hold it for potential blood tokens? I think I play it out. Drawing extra cards means I do want the mana. We could set up some like long Courier Bat loops here. Okay, opponent's got Dying to Serve. That card is not very good. It's the first time I've ever seen him play in this format. It's fine here. They're going to get some zombies off of it, which is whatever. But I'm not particularly concerned by it. And they don't appear to have any removal of note, so we're just going to go ahead and double block this Statuette. Alright, more lands. Alright, do I just take out the zombie with Circle of Confinement here? It can't attack very well, I guess. I think I hold. I guess the real question is, do I attack with Purifier to gain 3? I could attack with Purifier to gain 3. I don't think so. I think... Actually, I'm not... Yeah, I need a Circle of Confinement to stop Raconteur from flipping, so I'm definitely going to do that. Yeah, we'll hold Purifier up, I think. This is lifelink already? It does. Alright, and... Opponent can make another zombie here, but whatever, we just want to stop Raconteur from flipping. And hopefully just find a Courier Bat and win the game immediately once we do that. That's another good thing about playing out these lands, is they let us create some tasty Courier Bat loops more easily. Yeah, Color Man, I gotta say, I've had no luck with black-green so far. I had a black-green deck that was like Dreadfast Demon, a couple of the really good, like, you know, fat green creatures, multiple copies of Sunrise, and still just got absolutely trashed. Beaten to death by flyers, flooded out horribly one game. I think the deck was much better than its 3-3 record, but it still hurt. Alright, are we blocking with Purifier now? I think I am going to do this block. I'm at 12, it's not a great life total, they have a second Celebrance, and this is a chance to get rid of this without getting killed. We lose our card draw source temporarily, but it's really important to note that this deck has a lot of copies of Courier Bat. We have 3 more Courier Bats, and a Gluttonous Gust to help us find them. So I think my whole goal is just to survive until I hit Courier Bat. And yeah, second Heron of Hope is also just absolutely devastating for them here. We're just going to start gaining 8 life a turn in a second. And we're already through 11 lands. With blood on the board, feels very strong. Dying to Serve is a nice value engine here. We're not completely out of the woods, but these Herons are just kind of invalidating our opponent's whole vibe here. I am extremely chill letting you make this attack. Have fun. Parasitic Grasp is a good one. Lamb Ravager's flipped. I don't really care about that too much. Alright, let's see if they've started to find copies of Bleed Dry yet. They have been filtering through their deck a lot. They found one? Rending Flame, sure. That is okay. Not great, honestly. I could Parasitic Grasp a zombie in response and gain an extra point of life. Parasitic Grasp can't actually kill the Ravager or the Celebrants, but I think I want to use it to like pair up with a block and kill the Ravager. So I think we have to let this go. Back to 16. Still a close game. Not still having 1 more blood is definitely rough. I've actually been really impressed by Dying to Serve this game, although they had to discard an actual spell for that, so maybe not super impressed. Okay, so goal for this turn is to get Ravager off the board. But shouldn't really have any ways to stop this. Okay. Oh, wow. No response at all. So they're flooding out. Feels good. Point of Discussion also feels great. That's going to gain me all the life right back. Kindly Ancestor seems great. Yeah. We are doing things here. Gain 2. Heron of Hope is so strong. Heron of Hope is just crazy strong. And Minister and Ancestor? Lord have mercy on our opponent. This is looking difficult for them, to say the least. No lifelink, because we got more to do here. Honestly, Hemistastic, I feel like Herod is probably fine in blue-white, too. Obviously, you don't want a green-white or red-white, but... yeah, blue-white is down to just, like, fight the aerial race war. That didn't come out right. To race in the air with Heron of Hope. Alright, no blocks here. Yeah, that came out way wronger than I expected it to. Valorous Stance looks good. Let's begin to buff this Heron. Oh, they have a Bleed Dry, they have an Abrade. Nuh-uh-uh-uh-uh. Nuh-uh-uh-uh. Nice try. Oh, they even timed it correctly in response to the activation to stop me from getting the life gain there, but it's not going to come through for them here, I think. I hope. Go to 16. Yeah, they're finally hitting the pocket of land and they ran out of blood, and they can't attack with these zombies. It's just miserable for them. Alright. Getting pecked to death by ducks here. Yeah, Minister is so good. I love this card. This is like, honestly, one of my favorite limited commons of the last couple years, maybe? It reminds me almost of Thraben Inspector in a weird way, just like a shockingly strong white 1-drop compared to what you would expect it to do. Some of you might have seen the post on my Twitter where I beat a Hullbreaker horror by attacking with 5 Traveling Ministers. past it the turn my opponent managed to finally cast it. Alright, yeah, they just can't win. I had 6 Mistastic, but I only drew 5 of them that game, so unlucky. The Traveling Ministers remind me of getting to play Kaldheim and just having like a bunch of equipment to throw onto every single creature, and so your opponent just gets ground down over time. No, Mistastic, you misheard me. I said unlucky. Unlucky. Thanks, Mistastic. Courier Bat being the mascot of our draft by showing up on our screen here is awesome. Yeah, Black-White Life Gain definitely one of my favorite archetypes in the format. Probably red, black, black, white, and blue, white, maybe? I still haven't figured out how to play green very well. Not having blood and not having much removal has felt pretty painful with almost all my green decks. Ooh, Markup Purifier looking great if we can pull it off. Well, I don't ever draft enough of it. Kevlar Ban is my problem, I guess. Alright, do I just circle the Widrolf? I think this is just going to be Doom Dissenter here. Doom Dissenter is capable of trading with Ridgewolf. I would prefer to spend this on whatever their 3-drop is, although there's a good chance their 3-drop... Alright, their 3-drop is a Hungry Ridgewolf. Sure. We are going to make this block just to get to a 2-2 faster. And alright, hit the 3rd land. Beautiful. So now we just get to go pump you. Play the bat, fetch back the Dissenter, save Purifier for a bit later. Yeah, the judge is pretty crazy. This deck honestly looks great. Wish I could draft some rares in my black-white deck sometimes. Yeah, I mean, my sample size is still pretty low cover, man. It's still, you know, I played a good amount of the format, but not like a ton. Alright, let's go with, Pump the Bat, I suppose? Wouldn't be surprised if they had an Abrade or something, but I guess if they Abrade my Bat, it just comes back. Does cool stuff. Alright, hit you. We'll just go Minister Dissenter. And every turn my opponent's not attacking with his Ridgewolf while I have several Traveling Ministers is like a terrible turn for them. Yeah, Simic, I mean, Simic's just obviously really bad for exactly that reason. And, you know, having better card filtering or whatever is kind of a non-thing in this format. Okay, I think we throw 1 on the Dissenter so we can attack through and 1 on the Bat. One keeps not having removal, which is cool. They keep not doing much of anything, which makes me wonder what's going on. Possibly Vampire's Vengeance? I don't really know. I think I'm just gonna play Purifier Hold Up Malice here. It's hard to think of the card that really punishes me for doing this. I think there's like a big red sweeper here. Vampire's Vengeance obviously doesn't matter. Yeah, I think there's probably like a secret like blue-green 5-color Molt archetype that's fine or something. My last attempt to play 5-color was sort of just a bunch of bad commons of different colors tied together with a bunch of ramp, and it did not work. Oh, hello, Avarok Caretaker. Alright. Well, now we've got ourselves a game of Magic. I hate having to play games of Magic, but it seems like it's a necessary evil here. Still, we are, I think, just going to kill them with Courier Bats today. I don't think the Saberbuck Caretaker is going to be enough. I don't think it's even close to being enough. They just came out way too slowly. Alright, so we're going to do a Circle of Confinement. Get rid of this frickin' wolf. I could just... Actually, why don't we do this? This is much better than what I was going to do. We're going to grasp the Ridge Wolf. This could give vampires lifelink, but not non-vampires, so Wedding Invitation doesn't bother me. And now we just get to go pump. Pump. Attack for millions? I think that's the plan. And yeah, I think they have Vampire's Vengeance, I'm in trouble. Vampire's Vengeance would get us pretty well. But it has to be Vengeance plus the Caretaker. Flourishing Hunter, okay, 4 life. Still looking pretty beatable. They also have Flame Blessed Bolt for my bat. They also have a Flame Blessed Bolt here, that's bad. Can I get a Valorous Stance? Love a Valorous Stance. They've also got the Wedding Invitation, let's remember, so... Crap, if they have specifically Flame Blessed Bolt, I'm not going to win this game, because I can't Undying Malice my bat. I'm just going to hope that they're bluffing. I could believe that cover, man. That sounds very solid. No, they freaking had it. Oh, God. Alright, so we're getting through for no damage this turn. And Undying Malice has to be cast or they flip this. Yeah, I don't know if this game's 100% unwinnable, but I'm off it. That was so frustrating. I really thought we were gonna have them, and then they just like gained a buttload of life and had the perfect removal spell too. If that had just been a regular shock, we win with Undying Malice here for sure. Sad deck to go 4-3 with. I thought that deck was very good. At least we got a free draft. Alright, so that was an example of like one of the frustrating games you actually lose to an unbeatable bomb. Although, to be fair, it's not like the hexproof on that card actually mattered at all. They won by just having some 6-drops and a removal spell at the right time, which is fair. Like, they didn't play any spells on turns 4 and 5 because they had a bunch of 6-drops, which makes sense. Alright, we got Eruth, which I think, from my experience playing it once, is good, but not exceptional. It's like a little awkward with the multiple common counter spells in the format. It's probably the best card in the pack, but it's also gold. This pack is not very good. Nothing here. I mean, Lantern Bearer is a good common. Wolfkin Outcast is a pretty good uncommon. Yeah, I think it's just Outcast. Not exciting, as I said, I have not had great fortune with green, but... Oh boy, now the best card in the pack is blue? That's fine, of course, you don't have to get married to your first pick. So here, Whispering Wizard is much better than the other options. Yeah, Kelderman, Bat was another option there. Nothing wrong with Outcast, I don't want to take any of these cards. I mean, Hungry Ridge Wolf is just way too committal to a specific archetype. Whispering Wizard is very strong. One of the best uncommons in the set. Here we have Brine Comer. Another very good card. Oh, Blue-White Wizard is a totally fine way to be. Wizard is probably happier in both blue-black and blue-green and blue-red. Maybe all of them? Maybe not blue-green. It's happier in blue-white and blue-red. But Brine Comer is great. I should probably just take the Brine Comer. Gift of Fangs is an option, although this card's, not hitting like a third of the good aggressive creatures is definitely a problem. Let's take Comer. They've not done like traditional blue-white Enchantress much, and this thing coming third feels like a bit of a sign. Alright. Yeah, the key to Fangs is playing in a deck where you have a bunch of vampires yourself, so there's always a bailout option. Well, here we have a million good black-white life gain cards. Should I just take Markov Purifier and kind of hope that no one is doing the life gain thing? Like, this is just like 4 very good black-white life gain cards and not much else. There's Stitched Assistant. This card's fine with, like, Lantern Bearers. Kind of between... I think I'll take Stitched Assistant here. I don't know. I feel like we passed a couple of bats already. Maybe it's just supposed to be Purifier. Alright, Dissenter. Nurturing Presence. This card supposedly is good. Yeah, Exploit has not been... It certainly hasn't been Midnight Hunt blue-black. It's been okay, but not better than okay. So Dissenter, second Stitch Assistant, Nurturing Presence. I just don't think this card is very good still. I don't know, I have not been convinced by anyone I've seen play it, even though I've heard people talking it up a bit. Is this good if you're like the aggressive blue-white deck? Are you agreeing that it's good or disagreeing that it's bad? I mean, I guess we take it over Doom Dissenter here? Still feel like maybe I owe it some more. Wow, okay. That's very good. Oh, okay, you hate it? Thanks, Kevlar Man. Next time, can you state your opinion before just saying you agree or disagree with something? And then I won't play the cards. Alright, with 2 Brine Combers, Nurturing Presence actually seems pretty playable, though. Once it's making 2 tokens, you are in business. Well, our colors do not look very open right now. There's a Falconwrath Celebrants, which is the best card in this pack by some margin. There's a fucking Lantern, Selhoff Entomber. I hate most of this, all of it. Gluttonous Guest. Yeah, nothing here goes with anything we've taken. Let's just take... I'm just gonna rare draft, whatever. We'll just let Arena make that pick for us. Bride's Gown? Wow. All of this is terrible. Just nothing wheels. Alright, so I think we take maybe Rural Recruit? Or just take... Maybe Bride's Gown is fine if we're doing this many Tiny Flyers. Alright, let's do Bride's Gown and Tiny Flyers, I guess. Or Selhoff. I mean, we'll see. I am not averse to just, like, redrafting. This one was free, too, so let's, I'll take the Entomber. I'll take Bride's Gown if we're not black-white. There's the Groom's Finery. Unholy Officiant Wedding Invitation. I'm just going to take Pointed Discussion because this card is playable. None of these other cards seem very playable. Second Nurturing Presence. Alright, we got ourselves a stew going. Could have taken the 1/4/2, that might have been fine. Oh, this card is terrible. This card is terrible. We're a double Nurturing Presence deck, so I'm going to take it. Here I'm going to take Adamant Will. This fucking thing I don't think is very playable. Nope. Alright, well, I'm going to take Hullbreaker Horror now. This card does not really go in your Nurturing Presence decks, but we'll find a way to make it work. Maybe we're just going to end up being blue-green splashing Brine Combers. Yeah, it's still a 5-mana tapper. 5-mana tappers, no matter how much they might be a thing in individual games, are in general not a thing. Okay, so we have a Hullbreaker Horror, which you got me doing it too. Weed. Hullbreaker Horror. So Spiked Ripsaw, potentially interesting. Gutter Skulker is really bad. Heron of Hope is fine. Heron of Hope might help us make a pivot to like blue-white control. It's also decent with Nurturing Presence. I have not been impressed by Gutter Skulker on either side of the battlefield. It's just kind of a 3/3 for 4 mana, which is below rate, and in blue-white, most of your creatures should not be blockable anyway. Like, compared to Heron of Hope, right? Heron of Hope just seems much better than Gutter Skulker in most ways. And we are going to take Heron here. Alright, Valorous Stance is good. Binding Geist is good. Hopefully we can wheel that one. Scattered Thoughts is the kind of card we should consider having some copies of if we're ever going to hit enough land drops to actually cast Hullbreaker Horror. But I think Valor's Stance is like a little too strong to pass up, just as a good card. Really good if you're trying to protect your creatures with a bunch of enchantments on them, and Lantern Bearer is obviously very good. Okay, we may have successfully cut our colors enough to actually be getting reasonable things. Okay, this is Sigarda's Imprisonment over Binding Geist with 2 Brinecombers. Yeah, 2 Brinecombers actually does not matter with Binding Geist, because this card is something you put on your opponent's creatures, so we'll just take Imprisonment. And Scattered Thoughts versus Syncopate. I'm not going to take a 3rd Nurturing Presence, I think that's a bridge too far. I'm pretty sure I just grab Scattered Thoughts. We are going to want some more early creatures if we're trying to make Nurturing Presence work. But of course we can also just cut the Nurturing Presences and pretend they're not even in our deck. Let me look up Nurturing Presence on 17 lands. I think it's terrible. I think it's terrible whatever Sam Black is trying to do to trick me. Hey, the Mad Hill first follow with the Knight!
That's the goal.
Thank you for your support. Hope you're enjoying this kind of terrain wreck of a draft so far. Wow, alright, that's a lot of blue and white cards. Darn it, Nurturing Presence is not even that bad. It's like a completely... It's like an above average common somehow? I'm gonna take Thirst for Discovery. Better than Scattered Thoughts. Sort by blue-white. I don't know what that means.
Aaron Gertler tonight, Chad. That's the goal.
What is sort by blue-white? Siphon Essence. The first copy of this is pretty good because you don't have much in the way of blood to like filter your draws, but would I rather have Evolving Wilds? I think I'd rather have Evolving Wilds. I don't think I'm really supposed to be playing that many Siphon Essences with my double Nurturing Presence deck. Again, we could move away from these, but... Alright, Supernatural Rescue with a bunch of Brinecombers. I think it's just Cruel Witness. Yeah, we'll stick Cruel Witness. Cruel Witness is good. Cradle of Safety. Alright, this seems like a good Cradle of Safety deck with the Brinecombers. I don't think I've ever played this card before, but it's gotten me often enough. Click all decks and change to blue-white. I don't know what that means. Sorry, you're still, I'm still mystified. Fear of Death is terrible. I'm going to take Scattered Thoughts. We're probably not playing the second one, given that we also have Thirst for Discovery, but maybe? It's at the top of the page. Ooh, Binding Geist Wield, fantastic. It's at the top of the page. Y'all are crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. No. First Welcoming Vampire I've ever drafted. This card is a bomb. Oh, on 17lands.com. I know how to look for cards on 17lands.com, chat. You don't have to worry about me. You can click Control F and type the name of the card you're looking for, and that's even faster. Oh, by the way, Rangy Rolls, thanks for the follow. Alright, so we got a couple of good cards here. Welcoming Vampire draws cards with Nurturing Presence, so you know it's good. Glorious Sunrise, a card we are not going to be taking. Sag. This is just Kindly Ancestor pretty easily. Yeah, I mean, Nurturing Presence has to be a blue-white card, right? There's no other deck that even would ever want to play it. But you can certainly filter by blue-white. In blue-white, Nurturing Presence is better or worse than on average. It is considerably better in blue-white decks than other decks. Not a surprise. All right, Resistance Squad doesn't work in our deck. We have no humans. I'm just going to take Kindly Ancestor again. And yes, Prib, like, I'm also aware of that functionality of the thing, but if Nurturing Presence is an average common across all decks, it's going to be a far above average common in blue-white. Not far above, but, you know, it's going to be better in blue-white than other places. So it's, alright. Courier Bat's still going around. Take Chill the Grave. Don't know if we're going to be able to play that with very few zombies, but maybe. Okay, third Presence. Siphon Essence. retrieval. Is this a thing? Could this be a thing? Alright, I think I'll just siphon here. Not sure about that pick. I should be probably actively sorting through this a little bit more to figure out what I'm missing. Alright, all these cards are terrible. I guess this is a 2-drop. Do I need 2-drop creatures? Probably not, but in case we do. Yeah, it's a weird deck. We're definitely have a lot of tension here between trying to draw Hullbreaker Horror and play a bunch of card draw spells and trying to beat our opponents down with Brinecombers and Nurturing Presences. But, you know, once we get to the sideboarding stage of things, we'll figure out what we're actually doing. Alright, we have exactly 1 exploit card, so I'm not going to be taking Biolume Egg. I will take Binding Geist. Alchemist Retrieval has a pretty drastically below average win rate, sadly. Alright, there's a Syncopate, a Scob, a Cradle. And I think I have to let Tammy into the house, so I'll be right back. Nope, Tammy let herself into the house. Great. Hello!
Hello?
Ms. Tastic says that they believed in you, Tammy.
What happened?
Well, we just weren't sure if you were going to be able to make it inside the house on your own. But you did.
Oh.
It was very
Was
good.
there some concern?
Oh, well, you knocked, and I was worried that maybe your hands were full.
Oh, I didn't knock. I just put things on the ground.
Ah, I see. Common misconception, chat. She was just putting things on the ground.
I had a lot of groceries.
She had a lot of groceries. Alright, so we're playing these Nurturing Presences.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight.
This is not... I don't like this curve. I like 2 Syncopates. 2 Syncopates make this curve much more palatable. And Selhoff and Tumor actually seems fine. It's like a crappy blocker, but sometimes we're just going to want to discard these Kindly Ancestors to get lifelink right away or get tokens off of them. It might get cut, but it's not like an auto disinclude. Alright, I'm gonna actually do the thing that I like to do. I pretty much do this with almost every draft deck now, just because there's so many frickin' playables in these sets. We're just gonna put everything back and build a sealed deck. Welcoming Vampire, Hullbreaker Horror, Whispering Wizard, Thirst for Discovery, Sigarda's Imprisonment, Herald of Hope, Lantern Bearer, Valorous Stance, Binding Geist, Brinecomer, Syncopate, Cruel Witness, 7 more cards. Digital Void, thanks for being our 3rd follower this evening. Okay, so now we gotta figure out what the rest of the deck is. We got a mix of crappy auras, some reasonable card draw. I want at least one of the Scattered Thoughts, probably both. I guess I want the Kindly Ancestors. We're playing Cradle of Safety. Maybe 1 Cradle of Safety? Siphon Essence, yeah, Siphon Essence is probably fine. I do have a lot of 3s, but Siphon Essence is probably fine. The main thing I'm worried about with this deck is just making sure I don't get killed really quickly. Nurturing Presence is not going to have to make it into the deck. Great. Great news. Do I want to play Selhoff and Tumor? Yeah, Brinecomer is a strong argument for Cradle of Safety. Cradle of Safety is also just good on, like, Heron and stuff. Heron just makes it so hard to lose Dagger. We're definitely not playing Waterlight Spirit. Do we just go, like, Cradle, and Tumor? And Tumor might end up being garbage. Could Entomber just be Vampire Slayer? Is Entomber better than Vampire Slayer?
Hello.
Hello. What do you think, Tammy? Should we play the 1/3 that has a little bit of synergy? Or the 2/2 that blocks a little better but has no synergy at all?
1/3.
Tammy's on the 1/3. Okay, it's decided, chat.
Also, Cerusium, Aaron and I liked the game that you recommended for us.
Oh yes, howdy, Cerusium. We were just playing some Inscription today, and we were very intrigued.
Yes.
Oh, and Junglebot, thanks for following. Oh yeah, Greenwood Dinosaurs, the Entomber is bad, but the question is it better than Vampire Slayer? Wait, we can let 17 lands aside for us. Well, you know, if it's close, we'll still go with what Tammy told us to do. But let's see. Selhoff and Tumor has a 54.7% game in hand win rate. Vampire Slayer has a putrid 53.2%. And Tumor it is. Tammy, good job. Thank you for steering us right.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, Chad. That's the goal.
You like Fear of Death, Cavalryman. Actually, that's not a bad argument. Fear of Death might go in here. It's, we kind of desperately need stuff to do against aggro decks.
Hi, Jofu.
Hi, Jofu.
Pogmatastic.
And then what am I... Alright, are we just cutting in Tumor after all? Yeah, I've never actually played Fear of Death because I was too used to the Midnight Hunt format where the card like that would have been horrible. But, how's Fear of Death do in these decks? Fear of Death in blue-white. Cruising at 53% game in hand win rate. Yikes. You know, I'm actually going to go with Entomber here.
I made me some dinner. You want any?
I had half a loaf of sourdough bread for dinner, so I'm good.
Oh, is there
There's-
half a loaf left for Tammy?
There's half a loaf left for Tammy and a bunch of eggs.
Sweet.
Yeah, Uranium Spoon, I've tried. It's, you have to let the 5-color green come to you. It's not like Kaldheim where you can just kind of force it. John likes games! Wow, real follow spree here. Thanks, everybody. I agree, Uranium Spoon. Alright, we've got a Cradle of Safety. Now, I could picture changing one of these Cradle of Safeties into a Fear of Death. We'll see if we get burned by having this. Alright, never mind. Lantern Bearer. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him so good. Sporeback Wolf. Alright, hit our third land. Perfection. Not going to cradle this Lantern Bearer, even though it would be very funny. We are going to comb them. We're going to comb them good. Fearful Villager. Alright, so another card that Binding Geist can't block, which I think means we are just going to be on Brinecomer. Oh, you have to target this with the auras to make the tokens, huh? Maybe I do Geist. Geist is a faster clock, in theory. I guess Comer can, like, jump block, which is not the worst thing, sometimes. I could also Geist pass. Yeah, let's actually just Geist double block. That sounds fine. That sounds totally fine. The Geist becomes a removal spell for the Sporeback Wolf, so... with Hullbreaker Horror and Heron of Hope going, just trying to survive. Or we can like really go off with Brinecomer this game, let's see. Okay. My opponent wants to spend their whole turn playing out a combat trick, that's fine. Oh, they don't actually need a combat trick here. They did have one, okay. It's a good one, but sure. That was their turn. We are continuing to hit land drops, which is great. I'm just going to play Heron of Hope here. Ah, no, Miss Plastic, we were planning for that to happen. Like, both of our cards are still spells, so I'm okay with our opponent burning their whole turn to do that. Yeah, Flameless Voltwist Creature, and our opponent's playing Mulch in their red-green Werewolves deck. That seems, you know, bad in principle, because they just hit 2 lands off it, but good. Like, just genuinely good here. They should have attacked with that Sporeback Wolf. There was no reason not to do that. Kessig Flame Breather also seems pretty iffy. Alright, do I just Comer pass? Comer pass, hold up Cradle of Safety seems pretty reasonable. Heron of Hope means we don't have to really worry about this Kessig Flame Breather at all. Okay. So, what are we doing now? Maybe just Heron, Comer on the Villager? Let's see, so if they shoot my Heron, let's say they have like an Abrade or something. We block the Villager. They try to braid something, we protect it, that's fine. Is there any better block I can make thinking about that? We could go like Heron token on the Flame Breather? Yeah, I guess this is fine if they're potentially doing nothing. I kind of want Brinecomer in the graveyard, though, right? Wouldn't I rather have Brinecomer in the graveyard than in play, because I don't want to stack Wars on this anyway? Like, I actually think it's just this, right? Maybe I'm not thinking straight, but... Another one of those. Wow, opponent's really hating on our spirits here. Let's hope they don't have a braid too. If they have a braid too, we're in trouble. Nope. Good. Cool. That works. Ooh, another Brinecomer. Wow, so many options. So I can throw Comer on the Heron, give it lifelink. I think I just play a second Brinecomer and start loading this thing up with auras, because that sounds funny mostly. I'm down for, like, doing the thing that sounds funny. Put a Brinecomer on my Brinecomer. And boop. Well, this is fun. We can totally just also Binding Geist the Brinecomer. Feels like we're really doing it. Brinecomer doesn't actually have flying, Jofu. Common misconception. Iron Man MTG, that sounds like a great recipe for killing your opponent with a 1/1 flyer over the course of 20 turns. So that's always fun. It's nighttime. Fun. Alright. Yeah, it does kind of seem like it should fly. No, it's running on the ground, actually. I gotta give this one to Wizards, folks. This Brinecomer is definitely running on the ground. Alright, this is a bunch of damage. They are dead to this in a couple turns. Super into it. Could give the Heron of Hope lifelink and gain 4. There's no, like, instant speed spell besides a third copy of Rending Flame that gets us here. Do I just pump the Heron? It's like gaining 4 just seems better than... Seems better than playing a Binding Geist, so I think I'm just going to do that. We give up Cradle of Safety, but, like, they would have to have Rending Flame or... Okay. Sure. Wow. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's a lot of copies of that particular uncommon. Does Spiked Ripsaw kill us? Spiked Ripsaw does not kill us, but it's like way too close. Shit. Alright. I mean, that's scary. I'm definitely frightened. I'm gonna lose the game, actually, right? Like, I have to do 2 blocks so I don't lose to any non-creature spell from them? No, we're gonna be okay, right? We're gonna be okay, maybe. We have Sigarda's Imprisonment. Syncopate? Syncopate's good. Syncopate's really good. Alright, so this is like... Super non-creature spells do kill us. What a set of turns. Good grief. I mean, I could have played around it. I was being really arrogant, I guess. I was being so arrogant. When am I going to learn, chat, about arrogance? Okay. What even is the play here? I would like to hold up Syncopate. I could just pass and plan to Swarm Block the Wolf. I mean, Odd and Sex, what does Sigardazing the Flame Breather do for me? It means I can kill it in like 2 turns, I guess? I guess that might be fine? I don't know. They played a lot of non-creature spells. I kind of wonder how many they could have left. I'm trying to think if I can like attack them somehow. Like this becomes a 4/6 Trampler. Sigarda's Imprisonment gives me 5 toughness to block it with. Geisting the Wolf puts this to a 3 power trampler attacking me. This is tough. Alright, we go Imprisonment on... Let's go Imprisonment on the Wolf. I want to push them to attack with the Flame Breather here, I think. Attack with Brine Comber. And 1 Spirit Token? I think no Spirit Tokens has to be the move. I don't know. Out of timeouts here and a little bit under pressure as a result. Yeah, Cigar to the Wolf, hope they're almost out of stuff to do. Flourishing Hunter, nope. Nope, thank you, Syncopate. Whew, alright. That was a good turn. I like the way that turn went. Alright, well, Hullbreaker Horror coming soon. We can Cigar to the Wolf, which isn't going to do much for us. Let's just, So if I Geist this, it goes to -1. Saw puts it up to 2. I think I would rather have this be limiting this thing's power than making a bunch of blockers here. I can make 2 1/1s, but I lose 2 power on the board, which seems tough. So they put up to 2 power, the attack, I can make a couple tokens. I think we just make the tokens now, so you get a little bit of extra attack power in. And, put them before, hold up 3 blockers, so even if they have, like, let's say Flame Blessed Bolt is the card we're playing around. They have Flame Blessed Bolt, they put me to 1 attack with 2 power of trample, they kill one of my blockers. Yeah, I think this is right. This gets around 1 removal spell. Ready to lose to Sure Strike. I mean, Mestastic, I have to attack them at some point, or I'm just going to lose to 2 non-creature spells. So, if I have enough blockers to beat a Sure Strike, that just puts me in a disastrous spot. Okay, we beat 3 Rending Flames. That's a promising start. Whew. Definitely almost hoisted by our own petard there. Ah, okay, Mistastic, yes. Yes, in that case I was in fact ready to lose to Sure Strike. Are you saying Spike Ripsaw is bad? Is Spike Ripsaw bad? I can't imagine Spike Ripsaw is bad. Let me look at the stats, I guess, but... I'm ready, I'm just like making a bold prediction here that I don't think Spike Ripsaw is bad.
That's the goal.
Spike Ripsaw is not especially good. It's not terrible. It's very medium. It has the same win rate as Sawblade Slinger. It's somewhat better than Toxic Scorpion and slightly worse than Sporeback Wolf. It is a medium playable. Zugtar, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I like Saw. I like the bit of tension you get from the trample effect. And it's like, I think it's much better to like lose a little low on equipment, as they might have with the Saw, than it is to lose high. Formats with too much good equipment tend to be a little bit, well, I did love Kaldheim, but the equipment there was probably a little OP. Okay, this actually seems like a pretty good Selhoff into her hand. I'm intrigued. Gonna help us hit our land drops, discard like a Binding Geist we don't need, turn into an Aura. Actually sounds great. Maybe block our opponent's Sporeback Wolf? Yeah, gonna block this Hungry Ridge Wolf? Sounds awesome. Are we gonna miss our land drop in order to do that, though? That's maybe a harder sell. Let's just do this, actually. Discard Geist, hit our land drop, pass with Siphon Essence up instead of using the Geist here? Yeah. I want to start getting these counterspells out of my hand. Sporeback Wolf. Nah. Just keep that Ridge Wolf small. We have plenty of other counterspells, so I'm just gonna fire them off here pretty indiscriminately. And now we can just kind of chill on Entomber. I might be willing to discard Cruel Witness too, honestly. Like, Cruel Witness is a nice magic card and all that, but I need to hit 4 lands to get to Scattered Thoughts. And our deck is gonna, like, We have more than enough synergy to just win by drawing our Brinecombers. We don't need to have like every 3/3 flyer to get there.
We need to become
Alright.
Aaron Girdler tonight.
Do I do it
Let's
now?
go.
I think I actually do it now. I want this untapped so I can block the wolf. Okay, drew Cradle. We could have discarded the Cradle with Blood. Ouch, Evolving Wilds kind of sucks, but whatever. Okay, well, it's chilling. So maybe they have the flash thingy, except it's not night, so that doesn't work. Am I gonna blood away the Cradle of Safety? I don't think so. I got a lot of Brinecombers in this deck. We'll find lands to discard with the blood eventually. Uh-oh, Mistastic, uh-oh. Well, I guess that's my job as a streamer. Can you like write Wizards an email with basically that exact text in the email? That would be cool. Tell them that I make you itch for Magic. Alright, I will take... Do I take Ancestor Cradle or Ancestor Ancestor? Huh. I think it's Ancestor Ancestor, given that our opponent has kind of nothing going on right now. I could also just cycle through an Ancestor. Do I want to do that? I don't think yet, but maybe later. Alright, so I'll just play one Ancestor here, holding up Cradle and Syncopate. A little worried about our opponent dropping a Brambleworm on us. Okay, they're going to drop Weary Prisoner on us, which is fine. We got an imprisonment for that thing. Visionary solid here, but not spectacular. They're not attacking with Ridge Wolf. Fascinating. Okay. Heron of Hope is nice. Play that one out. Sure. Be perfectly contented to trade this with Ridgewolf and then put the aura on my Heron and just race our opponent in the way that we have been racing before. And sick, we even get some value out of the Syncopate, or do I... Ooh, do I Cradle of Safety here instead of Syncopating? I guess I'm supposed to Cradle here, actually. A little tough, actually. The Cradle is easier to get value out of later, but maybe there'll be turns where I'm just holding up Syncopate. Actually, I think that was probably wrong. I probably should have Syncopated there. They have so much mana, and... Well, okay. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Although, yep. Alright. Tricky, tricky. This is gonna be... Yeah, this Syncopate is hot garbage, huh? I mean, we're still doing okay. Welcoming Vampire looks awesome. Okay. Let's just vamp it up here. Play out our 7th land for sure. We've got Syncopate. Hitting land drops matters a lot. Yeah, if I had a Cradle instead of Syncopate in hand, I'd definitely be a little happier with this game situation. Paxong Pup is fine. We can imprison that one. I would say we are in a decent spot. I'm ready to block the shit out of this Volcharge Berserker. Cool. Okay, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Let's go with... Now I'm going to start Second Blood. Would like to be... That's good. Yeah, okay, so we get to go Whispering Wizard... Binding Geist, the... Probably just the Berserker, I think. Get our bird, get our card off of Welcoming Vampire. Outstanding. Play our land for sure. We got Vampire Wizard, that's like so much card draw. Just want to be playing our lands. Okay. This is a nice board position we have found ourselves in. Our opponent has burned through several Wolf Strikes, and they seem to be out of good stuff to do. I wonder if we'll be able to double spell this turn. Alright, let's get him. Rares! I love playing rares. Honestly, do I just sit here now? I think I just sit here and hold up Syncopate, just cast for a bunch of mana and possibly catch something. Like, our opponent is... I guess they still have the Jailbreaker? Yeah, we could flip things back. I don't care that much about Jailbreaker, I just have so many tokens. I'm just gonna wait. I want to get value out of my Syncopate here. Because, like, you know, realistically I'm not getting this out of my hand any other way. Pup is pretty good. It's not, like, great here. It's kind of mediocre here. Alright, like, what are we doing here, opponent? You gotta attack with something at some point. Sure. I don't even necessarily need to block, but we'll go ahead and do it. Get around something weird like Stensia Uprising. Hey, a Brine Comber. I like Brine Comber. Tammy getting blocked hard by this green screen. A Braid?
The green screen that
A Braid? That's so rude.
I gifted to you. It's like I brought it on myself.
What odd timing on this. I mean, I think I just cycle Syncopate now, right? Just get the card off of the Vampire? Yeah, we'll just cycle Syncopate now. X equals 0. Oh, the Jailbreaker has to attack? Oh, it sure does have to attack each turn. That's good to remember. Alright, so now we've officially double spelled. Am I imprisoning this pup yet? Maybe I imprison the pup now? I can see imprisoning the pup now. Yeah, I missed some style points. It's fine. Well, we can get by without style points. We have a lot of style points built up over the years of playing Magic, I think. Alright, so we've still got Hullbreaker Horror in the deck. We have a lot of lands left, honestly, but our opponent was done. They were just done there. Cool. That felt like it was going to be kind of awkward for a little bit. But, having a bunch of 2/3 lifelinks just makes attacking so awkward. Alright, back on the road to rank 1. This is good. Oh, we should be gambling. Speaking of points, we should be gambling. Let's set up some gambolinos. Alright, 1 minute. Are we going to win, chat? Tell me if we're going to win. Do you believe in the deck? No, 47 seconds. That's so sad. That's terrible. Okay. I've lost a couple of matches in this draft format already where I had 0 cards. Channel points are looking a little bit lopsided, folks. There's free expected value. Reveal yourselves, doubters. Yes, come and doubt. You can't have Jesus without doubting Thomas, folks. Remember that.
What?
What? Wow. Tammy has made herself a luxurious dinner with many ingredients with which I have provided her.
Do you want some of this?
What is it?
It's sipping chocolate.
It's sipping chocolate. I would take a sip of your sipping chocolate.
It would be better with milk, but we'll
Am I supposed to drink it out of the spoon or what?
Well, you can sip. I use a spoon to mix.
Okay.
You might want to mix it a little bit. Oh.
Thank you. That was very tasty. Living the charmed life here, chat. Just living a charmed life. We'll take Visionary.
Oh, am I? Oh, I'm wearing the perfect color shirt.
Oh yeah, Tammy's wearing a green shirt. Tammy, it's so transparent. How did you match the color so well?
This was just a shirt. It was funny on wearing.
Oh man, I really wish this card were a rest.
Honestly, I kind of like it.
Are we just Brine Comb? Are we combing Brine? Or are we playing Binding Geist?
Do you mind if I'm just floating, Tammy?
It's fine if you're floating, Tammy. I think that's great.
Okay.
You're just a spirit, like all of our cards.
Yeah.
All right, I'll play Geist here. I think I enjoy the idea of getting some beatdown going. Wow. Wow. Opponent goes so ambitious with this Voltaic Visionary, and they're just rewarded. There are so many cards they could have hit that they wouldn't have been able to cast. You don't just use this card on turn. Oh, whatever.
I guess you do.
Missing land drops here too, huh? Alright, well, I'm going to imprison the 4-3, because that's going to start hitting me really hard. Let's lock that one down. Guessing Flame Breather is not going to be hitting me as hard. Neither is Hungry Ridgewolf. That's all good. It's all well and good. Alright, Binding Geist the Ridgewolf, or just play Brinecomber. We'll just Brinecomber. It'd actually be perfectly fine trading this off with the Ridgewolf. And we'll just crack the Evolving Wilds to save both us and our opponent a little bit of time. Alright, that's sad. Not much to do about it, though. I guess we go ahead and double lock the Ridgewolf as specified. Hope they don't have a massive might. Good. This is looking like a kind of a tough game for us, but Whispering Wizard, if it lives, will help a lot. I think this is one of those games where you have to assume that Whispering Wizard lives.
What does Wizard do again?
It makes 1/1s every time you play a non-creature spell.
That's right.
It did not survive, chat. Did not survive.
1/1 flyers, right?
1/1 flyers. Alright, so missing some land drops, Cradle of Safety looking pretty awkward in our deck. Blood Hypnotist is scary. Hit the 5th land. What does that do for us? Shoot, I think we just got a Heron and Prey? Or is it like Selhoff and Tumrin to Brinecomber? And be able to maybe make some extra tokens?
Sorry, my arms are too buff.
Far too buff.
There.
Alright, what am I doing? What is the plan? Alright, I think it's gotta be... We can Brinecomber their creature, that's true. We can Comber the Hypnotist and then Binding Geist it and get a couple spirits. I still think this has to be Heron and Prey. I feel like just like making chump blockers with the Outcast doesn't quite do it. If they have another removal spell, we're dead, but... okay, that's actually fine. Alright, never mind.
Oh.
Alright, just I guess when they tapped the Volchart, when they tapped the thing on turn 3, they knew they were gonna hit an Abrade because their deck was half Abrades. So that's fair. We are definitely not good at dealing with early aggro, which is a tough place to be in this format. Yep.
This bread is so good.
Alright, let's see what we can do now. So far, Hullbreaker Horror has not has not been castable in any game. We have played against a lot of pretty aggressive decks, but this is a very aggressive format, so it's not surprising.
What's the bet?
Courier Bet. It's one of my favorite little cards. It's 2/2 flyer for 3, but if you've gained life the turn you play it, you get to get a creature back from to your hand from your graveyard. It's got some strong Order of Midnight energy.
Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah, time to pay out. Nice job, Doubters. Nice job. Let's do another one. Oops. Unsuguna.
Oh, it would. Jofu. I think we need a new Aaron emote.
The bat? What's the bat for?
No, not the bat.
Just in general, it's been a while, you're right.
It's been a while.
It's certainly been a while. Alright.
I feel like we need like an Aaron Pog.
Stream Manager. Where am I going? Dashboard. You don't say, Mistastic. Yeah, we should get an Aaron Pog. That sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, back to betting. Arena being kind and not matching us until the bet is live. I'll write that down. And we might have to restart arena if I don't see somebody in another half a minute or so.
Here, give me a second. Let me go queue in.
Someday it's going to happen. Someday we will run into each other when I'm on stream, and it'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
We need to become Aaron
and
Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
there are definitely people around. I think this might just be the arena stops matching you after you're online for 90 minutes or so bug. Rio Noir, thanks for the follow. Getting things started again after a whole 15-minute break as we close in on 6,000 followers. Doing numbers. Hey Dazava, glad you like the deck. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, it does require a zillion wild cards, but I do think that a lot of the cards in that deck will be very good and historic at some point in the future if they're not yet. Alright, time to restart arena. We'll be right back. Yeah, I love Arena just kind of giving you the card arts jobs. So you can like, kind of like look at the stuff you wouldn't appreciate on just like card size. Like the bat is great. Bender the Butts, it's a good question. I built the deck. I have not had a chance to play it yet. I've just been drafting frantically to get up to a rating good enough, a rank good enough to actually stream and be able to say high mythic. Those magic words. But I do have blue-black improvised built. It looks worse than blue-white because changing out your portable holes for fatal pushes is a really bad thing. That makes your deck much less powerful. Same goes with having to switch out like Esper Sentinel for Vault Scourge, which I think is the next best option. But we'll see how it goes.
Vault Scourge just sounds like a bad card.
It's actually got a long constructed pedigree. It's a good card.
Really?
It's just not as good as Esper Sentinel. Vault Scourge is basically a 1-mana 1/1 flying lifelink artifact creature.
It just reminds me of Vault Robber, which is a not so great
Vault
card.
Robber was real bad. That is true. We are all always perpetually climbing. If you're not climbing, it means you are rank 1, and if you're already rank 1, it means you're not climbing, you're scrabbling. Alright, Hullbreaker Horror. I almost wish we could just like put up another bet right now. Are we gonna cast Hullbreaker Horror this game? Yeah, Bender the Butts, I just don't think you can really make the lands functional. You might be able to stop playing Treasure Vault if you, You might be able to stop playing Treasure Vault. Suck it up. Alright, we're just gonna syncopate this thing because I do not have time for 1/4s with reach. No thank you. Welcoming Vampire, looking real good. Sort of a removal magnet, but whatever. It's got to get the removal right now, or we're going to be able to cradle it. I have been happy with Cradle so far, I should note. The cards seem good. Is there some kind of flash reach creature? There is not. We're just going to hit them and nothing's going to happen. So let's draw a card off this Heron, or possibly get the Heron countered. Nope, they just have a super awkward draw. Sorry, Quinn. It's not that crazy, Jofu. I mean, it turns your enchantments into draw spells as well, but Welcoming Vampire does just draw 1 card a turn, so you're not going off too hard. Alright, we are gonna cast Hullbreaker Horror this game, I think. I think we are on our way to doing exactly that.
No, the Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize you...
We got the Kraken.
Nice.
Ill-Tempered Loner, that card's very good. Alright, fortunately we also have a very good rare. Problem is, we are going to need to find a spell to cast next turn. Ouch. Alright, well we can't let this flip, I don't think. Don't think we can be letting the Loner flip. I think we attack... Alright, we're just going to do this. If they want to block Lantern Bearer so I can cast as a spell and stop this from flipping, I'm very happy. Our opponent may, Okay, no, our opponent, is allowing us to do this, which is very good news.
Because you can cradle... Oh, wait.
This lets me actually cast a spell so their werewolf doesn't flip over, which is very welcome, because this thing, when it flips over,
Can you
is...
tell me what Lantern does? Hover over?
It's a 1/1 flyer that comes back as a 3-mana 1/1 flying aura.
Okay.
Yep. I wonder if our opponent has a Hull Breacher Horror as well. That would be pretty spicy. This is what? +2/+0 for 2 mana? That's fine. Ooh, alright. Looks like our opponent might just be sinking all their mana into this thing to flip it over. Is that what's happening? Nope, they have a spell. Cool. Honestly, would rather see that than see the loner flip over. And now we get to Hull Breacher Horror them and Hull Breaker Horror. And hopefully that just kind of clowns them. We're going to play it at sorcery speed to stop things from flipping over. Am I going to attack with anything? No, I don't think it's worth using attack with both these to get 2 damage through. We're going to say no attacks. Here you go. Best of luck. Teamer does not remove this card very easily. There are ways, but it's effortful. That is not one of the ways. That is a 2/2 Moldgraph Millipede. That is a 3/3 Moldgraph Millipede. That is a splendid Reclamation. Alright, we are contributing to this card having what's gotta be just about the worst win rate in the set. Feels very good.
What's the mana cost of that card? The land card?
Reclamation?
Four cards for what brings back on average like 2 lands.
If you build your deck around it in Constructed, it brings back 10 lands, and that's good. But not a card for limited, to say the least. So far they are playing blue for exactly Skywing Scob. This is true. Alright, I'm just going to swing with everything. They're going to block this with an insect. I could attack with everything and then bounce the insect. Yeah, let's just hold back horror. Let's do this. It is still kind of annoying to have to, like, flip over their stuff. Did I put the cradle on the heron? I could bounce the Scob, that's true. Maybe I should be bouncing the Scob. As is, though, let's just bounce the Heron Girdler. Let's put on the Vampire, I think. This just kills him in 2 turns, which is nice. Or kills him next turn if we can just bounce their Scob. So we'll go ahead, bounce the Loner rather than the Expert, I guess. They do have the Bramble Worms. This doesn't actually change the clock that much, but... Alright, maybe we should put up the new stream title.
I vote yes.
Does that work?
I like it.
No, there's an emote. The Heron Girdler emote is one.
I was gonna
would be happy
say
to see.
the Heron emote. Yeah, the Girdler emote would be.
That's
great.
also going. That's also going on the list. Surprisingly cheap to buy emotes.
You can probably have a Heron Girdler emote going pog. You can pog.
I think that a bird and the pog is probably a little much. All right, we are going to need to draw like 1 or 2 more spells to actually close out the game, but we have a lot of options. Curse of Hospitality. Yes. Okay.
I can't tell if you care about that card.
We need to become Aaron Gert.
I don't know either.
It doesn't. I'm confused. The trample.
They hit whenever they hit me with a creature, they draw a card off of my deck, which is I think okay. They get to draw 2 cards off of my deck here, but they have to lose a whole creature to do it, and I have a counter spell in case they draw anything really scary. All right, they get okay. They get an enchantment that can take out my Hullbreaker Horror, I guess. Is this still? If they play it, can I use the ability? Oh, and they got a Plains off my deck, so they can even exile it? That's terrifying. Fortunately, we have an answer to that. We have an answer to that. Mine, no. Thank you. Sorry. Good try. Good try. Alright, Heron Gertler. Out for blood. Extremely silly card. Cannot disagree.
We need to become Aaron Gertler tonight.
We need to become Heron Gertler tonight, chat. That's the goal. Logging in has not felt slower than me. Ironic Velvet, yeah. You probably have played. You definitely have played me before.
Who hasn't played you?
Who hasn't played me, indeed. A little bit normal and Ironic Velvet, thanks for following. Oh, do we miss Lethal? Whatever. Chat, you know about me and Lethal when I'm having fun. I don't have time for Lethal when I'm having fun. Why would you end a game that you're enjoying earlier? It's like if you're like, I don't know. If you're winning at chess, would you just like checkmate your opponent just like that? What would be the point of that?
Oh, Aaron misses Lethal Gertler.
Oxybleach, thanks for the follow. Anyway, in terms of playing against me on Arena, you probably all did it at some point. When I played in the 2020 World Championships, I had the most arena matches of any player there by quite a bit, which shocked me deeply. I was told this by Paulo Vitor Rosa when he came and visited our team Discord. He's like, "Did you know you have the most games of anyone?" And he even sounded a little bit, maybe concerned is not the right word.
Or is different?
This is, no, not DreamHack, the World Champs. Grand Finals.
Yeah, because they like posted how many arena games everyone had played. And you were like...
13,704 or something like that.
Something absurd.
Something absurd, but... You know, if you count all the money I've made from Magic, it's like $5 a game or something. It's not a bad rate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Naya Winota.
Oh,
that was the time.
Naya Winota, those were the days. Is there a strongest archetype in the draft set? I don't know, it feels pretty balanced. I think I'm going to steal what Corticall says about this, which is that the best deck is the one that's open and giving you cards. This is actually pretty well balanced. I would say blue-green seems not very good to me unless you line up exactly the right cards, but almost everything else is good. Blood just makes so many decks quite feasible to play. Ivan Dude, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I'd say my favorite archetypes are probably like black-red with a bunch of blood, white-black life gain, and blue-white. But you can make almost anything work. Yeah, Pairs, I got that stat from Wizards. I don't know if there's an actual way to see that officially.
It's on the...
Like if you...
It's on the VOD for the champs.
Oh, how many games? Yeah, Paris, I don't know if you're talking about me or you. I assumed it was you. Echo Bravo! Big raid, thanks so much. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, hello, hello.
And hello, Shelly Belly. Wow, we are seeing a lot of Kestic Flame Breathers today. And we have a lot of 3-drops in hand. Fortunately, Blue-Red does not have the fastest clock. I think we'll be okay. Alright, Waterlight Spirit's not bad, not bad. Let's, I think we go ahead and... I'm going to play Binding Geist out here, just if it does trade off or get burned by something early, it turns into a cheap spell, which is really nice. You can turn off the Waterlight Spirit. I'd also be perfectly content just to trade it for the Flame Breather, since the long game probably advantages us. Yeah, we'll go ahead and block this. And alright, opponent playing tiny little cards. Kindly Ancestor does an insanely good job of counteracting all this kind of small ball crap. There's a world where I like wait to cast this until I can protect it with Cradle of Safety, but because it turns into an aura, I don't think that's especially important. Wax and Lyrical, hello! We got everybody out here tonight.
Hi, Wax.
Steelclad Spirit, alright, that's pretty good. Hullbreaker Horror, not so useful here. Let's go with... Alright, they got 1 mana up, so they can't really do anything too tricky. We're just going to attack with Kindly Ancestor. They're going to block with Spirit. I'm pretty happy to just get rid of their blocker, gain a little bit extra life over some turns. Geist their Spirit.
Careful what y'all say about Defsy. He's my cousin.
Are we back to being okay to mention that on the stream again? I guess only if it's relevant, I guess. Yeah, it's Deathsea. I haven't actually seen whatever Deathsea's theories in this format is. This does not seem like a very Deathsea-shaped format.
Yes, Defsy is my first cousin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, her family calls him, I don't even know if I should say his first name. Maybe his first name's not even public information. I know Deathsy's first name because Tammy's mother uses it.
I think his first name is public information, but I also always forget.
Alright, I can attack with Kindly Ancestor, trade it off with Magma Pummeler. I don't get any life, which is kind of disappointing. Honestly, I think I just chill and plan to cast Scattered Thoughts here. If I trade this, I can play Braincomber and then give the Braincomber lifelink, which is also nice. Alright, I'm actually fine trading. Let's do it. I think as long as Magma Pummeler stays on board, it's just kind of awkward for Kindly Ancestor to do much, so this is fine. His business email, yes, so... Alright, let's just comb the brine. Nice lantern bearers, by the way. What is it like to spend entire cards on your 1/1s? And yeah, it is a bizarrely small world, Wax.
Well, the weirdest moment of my life, and I've had a lot of weird moments in my life, was like when when you were #1 on the constructed ladder and he was #1 on the
oh wait, this thing blocks flyers, right? I forgot about
limited
that.
ladder. And I think this is like before I knew how to play Magic too. So it's just like this bizarro world that like I didn't know anything about, and like 2 people in my life suddenly
that's the goal.
were like randomly world class at it.
Mm-hmm. Very strange.
It was very weird.
Yeah. Anyway, that attack was bad. I forgot this can block flyers. I'm okay trading 2 for 2, but trading 1 for 2 seems kind of bad. Gollum, thank you so much for following. I'm gonna take
Gonna
take this land, and I think I'll just take the Thirst here. Just kind of keep the cards flowing. Get to Hullbreaker Horror easier. Alright. I guess since they attacked, I will just attack with Braincomber. Our opponent's attack was also not very good unless they have some way of dealing with Braincomber. Because they can't block it. Our opponent probably also thought it had flying. It really does seem like it should fly, even though it doesn't look like it should fly. So again, I could play Binding Geist. Or I could just chill with Siphon Essence and Thirst Up. I'm kind of okay just chilling. We're really not under any pressure at all.
Necrosis said just gatekeeping VIP over here.
Well, getting gate kept.
What? Necrosis is VIP.
I'm only 3k. Well, Decklist is 3k away, which means they're getting gate kept by anybody who's betting successfully.
Well, that's exactly. I'm saying Necrosis is saying.
Oh, yes. Well, they are gatekeeping.
Oh, no one is the same way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I read that wrong. I thought that Necrosis was trying to make sure that Decklist never made any more points. I was like, that's a lot.
All right. Well.
Okay, no, I shouldn't have doubted you, Necrosis. So.
Yeah, having Teleport Braincomber is definitely a way to get around a removal heavy format. Bendro. Hopefully it's not played out because my entire life literally revolves around supporting effective charities. Yeah, no, it's that's a really nice thing to hear.
Aww.
And yeah.
You are very inspirational.
Tammy just puffing up my head. I don't know why I'm not playing Hullbreaker Horror.
Only because you bought me steak afterwards, so I got my fee.
Mm-hmm. I know, it almost feels mean to play Hullbreaker Horror here, but I should probably do it at some point.
That's not how you win the game of Magic.
Cerzium, 30,000. Oh, you just did you, Cerzium? Did you just like bet? I had not remembered you betting 30,000 points on a single game.
I actually think I do.
Tammy remembers this. Oh wow. All right, we'll play the horror now, I guess. It's just I don't know what's going. It feels like our opponent has been like missing every other card draw here or something.
I feel like you're gonna get punished.
There's really no way in the set to punish Hullbreaker Horror at a blue-red.
I mean, getting punished for not playing it.
Okay, well, here they come. All right, so they're doing a bunch of derpy blue-red spell stuff over here. Okay. I could have Siphon Essence to that, but I did say I was going to play the horror here, so I will. I will. Wash Away. Spooky. Alright, well I can counter Brine Comb around my graveyard for 1 mana. What do I think of Reckless Impulse? Seems pretty good. I have no qualms with Reckless Impulse. I don't mean to be toxic, Chad. It's just, you know, sometimes I just feel like playing the cool iBird. And sometimes I feel like playing the big old lobster boy here. Sorry, opponent. Normally I would say thanks, but our opponent is pretty well justified in being perturbed.
Oh, did they emote at you?
They did, in fact. We did, in fact, get niced.
Oh. What's wrong with saying nice to that?
Well, some could read it as salty, but it's whatever. Alright, am I just going to start... What am I doing? There's nothing on their side I want to bounce. Their cards are all really bad or really cheap or have entered the battlefield effects. I still want to cast spells, though? I guess I could start Brine Combering and bouncing Brine Comber to make more tokens? I mean, is that a coincidence, Jofu? Isn't the whole point that Lear's trying to call stuff like Hullraker Horror out of the ocean? Alright, I'm gonna, like, play a spell, bounce. Maybe I bounce my own... Let's bounce my own aura.
Le boing.
Indeed. And then I'll go ahead and recast it. It does die to Flame Blessed Bolt, but that's fine, I think. We'll bounce Brine Comber, which they're probably now going to bolt, but that's fine. You know, they're always going to bolt something. Imagine thinking, yeah. Normally I wouldn't. You know, y'all know that normally I would not be.
Oh. Now I have like floating plate. It's very confusing.
Very spooky.
Green screens are weird.
Green screens are a trip.
I need a blanket.
Opponent suddenly realizing I don't actually have any instants up, and now they're maybe going to get hopeful and try to slam a big old creature. We're going to counter it. Let's go. One thing that we're probably going to get to do this game is put a Brine Comber on a Brine Comber. That'll be nice. Yeah, no, our opponent, even if they have their own horror, we get to bounce their stuff. They could bounce mine and hold us off for a bit. I'm just going to siphon this, whatever, get out of here. Just keep you right the heck off the board. Wax and Lyrical. I have not been playing any Standard, which is a problem because I am playing in the Streamer Showdown this weekend, so I need to play some Standard soon. If I had to guess, I'd say that the single card most likely to appear in my deck would be, I mean, probably like Swamp or something. But I'm gonna say the Scorpion. I'm gonna try and play some Fell Stinger action. That might be Zombie Panharmonicon. That might be like just some kind of Aristocrats deck. But I love Fell Stinger. Okay, that went well. Congratulations, believers. Oh, do we not have a bet going? Whoops. What happened to our bet? I really thought we had a bet going. Alright, well, now we have a bet going. Place those bets, folks. We're back on our way to top 50.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight. That's the goal.
Nope. Witch Fingers, thanks for following. We are now officially at 5,850 followers. Closer and closer to the big 6K.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight.
And now we're one higher, thanks so much, Pro Stagma. Ooh, Boogster. Alright. Alright. Big tension. Let's draw Syncopate. Yeah! Suck it, Force of Will. Now who's playing Force of Will? Now I'm playing Force of Will. You know, Jofu? I don't think that's going to help, but I appreciate the energy. Get out of here. Okay. Now what? I think this is gonna just be Siphon Essence. Basically, Kindly Ancestor loses to pretty much any 4-drop they could play, including that one. So I'd rather just get our Siphon off, be able to cast Scattered Thoughts in a position of immense safety, and then start double spelling after that. That sounds great. Yep, Ebullient is... I'm in a good mood tonight. Work's going well. Ladder's going well. We have a Hullbreaker Horror in the deck. What's not to be happy about? Alright, I'm going to take this Island and this... Witness, I suppose? Might as well.
Yes. No more Ghost Tammy. Ghost Tammy is a little... I'm not cold.
A little too spooky.
I'm always just in the mood for more blankets.
Okay, so Brian Comer holding up Cradle of Safety. Kindly Ancestor holding up Cradle of Safety. I like... We can also Binding Geist the Fearful Villager right now, which seems nice. Yeah, let's go with the Lifelinker. The most likely cards in their hand would be like a Braid type stuff plus maybe Flourishing. Not Flourishing Fox, whatever the big guy's called.
Well, that's why I stopped
fantastic.
myself.
Tammy manages to be cold anywhere.
But like I was just saying, like it's not that I'm cold. It's just that I'm constantly in the state of desiring to be covered by a blanket. It's just different.
Heron of Hope, we're going to start gaining 3 life a turn. Seems very likely our opponent has some kind of removal spell or pump spell or something. So hopefully Cradle can do some work. Okay.
But yes, we do live in San Diego, which is
not
like
today, Satan. Not today.
The most perfect weather ever.
All right, let's see if they have another one. Okay, they had another one. We have successfully flipped their werewolf back over, though. And this is a 3/4. This is basically Baneslayer Angel Unlimited, so it's a rough position for them.
Fantastic. I basically am the size of a kid, and so I always get full blanket coverage. It's actually my superpower.
All right, so do I just double spell here, or do I start gaining life? I guess I should double spell. Let's attack first, see if they're going to kill this. They are not. Yeah, let's just play out some stuff, flip their werewolf back over, and just beat them down. There's not really mass removal that punishes us.
Mestastic already practicing using the Little Feet Pog emote.
Yeah, get your practice in early. Flourishing Hunter, alright. Well, they finally had the thing, and now I remember what it's called, but we do have the imprisonment for it now. So we'll go ahead and jam that.
Mestastic, did you just at yourself? Oh, wait, no. Wait, what?
Okay, so the question is, do I play this Lantern Bearer or just discard it to blood? Pretty sure we're just discarding this to blood so I can put it on Brinecomer and start attacking our opponent.
I see it now, Mestastic. I was briefly confused. And Waxen Lyrical, the solution is just to have 2 blankets in bed.
Alright, there's the win. Congratulations, believers. Wow, lots of believers here. Good work, everyone. And David, I want to say David Royale for some reason, because I have a friend named David, but I assume it's David Royale. Thanks for the follow.
The second blanket
nice, Beeper fan.
The second blanket is so that Waxen Lyrical's wife doesn't steal the blanket from them.
Ooh, Bendro, well on your way to VIP.
despite the fact that I'm a blanket fiend, I'm not selfish. Like I one blanket is fine for me. Well, actually no. Sometimes I do need 2 blankets, but in that case, there's gonna be 3 blankets on the bed. I feel like I'm considerate about that.
Love these double syncopate hands, folks. Hey, Poogster! We didn't actually hit top 50 from that game. Does that mean you're dropping the sub, or what's going on with that?
What happened?
Well, Poogster said if we didn't hit top 50 after that game, implying that if we lost, they would drop their sub.
Oh.
But we didn't hit top 50.
No,
we didn't win hard enough. We should have won harder.
You were 51, I think.
Oh, wow. This would almost have been the first time I saw an Odrican play, but... Oh.
So savage, Aaron Gertler.
Odric. Bets. Are there bets? Did I forget to put up a new bet?
Star prediction.
Alright. Game's still early. It's early days. We've countered their Odric, which was, I assume, their first pick rare, so we'll see what else they've got. Place the bets. Blood Hypnotist. That can't block. Opponent, are you aware that Blood Hypnotist can't block? Alright, do I play Whispering Wizard? I guess. They might kill it. They probably kill it, but they didn't have any red mana up at that moment, so if they kill it and they can't actually play out a thing, that seems fine. Yeah, alright, so Whispering Wizard's going to die, which is okay. 1-for-1s are fine. Then we get to Geist and have a Syncopate.
Aw, Decklist trying to... No!
Whoa! Alright, never mind. That was pretty good. I mean, it's not that bad. The Geist basically cancels out the Blood Hypnotist. But, you know, not bad, not bad. I'm a little sad. Uh-oh, Beaverman. Uh-oh. Opponent appears to be playing 3-color vampires, implying that either they were... Okay, so that's another plane, so they're probably not splashing Odric, which means they're splashing... probably Angie or... Edgar? And I can't beat either of those cards. Oh, thanks, Metal Fox. I don't love our chances in this one, given how the draw has worked out. Creepy Puppeteer, alright. Glad we left up exactly this Syncopate. Is our opponent going to have the post-Puppeteer Land of Shame? Yeah? Yeah, post-Puppeteer Land of Shame? How many more Syncopates do I have, opponent? You better hit all your land drops. Don't you save those lands for blood tokens. You better be hitting them.
Wait, what's with the land drops? What were you saying about?
Well, I was wondering if they were going to play a Land of Shame after we countered their thing by exactly 2 mana.
Oh, as in, yeah.
Alright, well, we have a lot of lands, so that's fine. We're going to draw Hullbreaker Horror, and then we're going to draw Thirst for... whatever that card is called.
Thirst for Meaning?
Nope. That's not good. That's a very good card. It's good and not good at the same time. Alright, time to rip a decent spell.
Landrew. That's funny. I feel like that's just asking to get...
I mean, I am Landrew today, it would appear. I think I have to block this so I can Aura the Celebrants. My Binding Gaze can't attack anyway. I am extremely down to shrinking this thing and buying some time. Heron of Hope is nice. Alright. Alright, we are officially winning the race again. You know,
Heron!
Our opponent's got 3 spells in their hand and 2 blood tokens.
Can you hover over the art for Heron?
It's very generically pretty in the manner of a bird. Okay.
Go to play Heron.
This is unfortunately not the kind of board position that Brian Comer really bails us out of. We're gonna need some card draw. Are you accusing me of simping for the Heron, Macrocissa? Sigh. Alright, our opponent's deck is... Okay, maybe this is what they were splashing black for? Their deck seems quite good. We are, Alright, the perils of playing a bloodless deck.
Ah, I see their Narcosis and Decklist are having a side conversation.
Uh-huh.
Throw for Decklist.
Decklist, did you bet against? We are definitely struggling here on a lot of levels. There are many struggles to be had. Sorry, Bieber fan. This is why you don't actually put it all on black.
Who says that?
Alright. One-time Hullbreaker?
I mean, to be fair, Deckless Zero, Aaron's like playing Magic or some shit.
Well, I'm not really playing much Magic this game, to be fair. Very little Magic transpired.
Plus, the angle of the way I'm sitting is like directly towards chat.
Congratulations, doubters. Let's fire it up again.
Wait, so after all of that Deckless, you bet 1 point? You're gonna have a long road to VIP if that's how you're gonna play.
But a long, safe road. It's just like Victoria Cohen-Michels on that bicycle.
Yes. Did you listen to that episode?
Nice and slow. I did not. I still don't listen to that podcast.
Oh, she's precious.
I should, though. Season 12 would be a good time.
National treasure.
Mm-hmm. You all delight me so much, chat. Who's David Mitchell? Deck list, I don't know. I wish I could tell you.
I need to know.
Well, it stands really good if we find a plains. It's really bad if we don't find a plains. We have 9 white sources. We find another couple of lands, we can play Cruel Witness. What do you think, Tammy?
Oh, God. I mean, the problem is every time I keep
mulliganing on the play is miserable.
Let's just do it. Let's
just do it.
I mean, I hate mulliganing. But I feel that I get punished a lot when I keep lands. But you can play.
Whoa! Unexpected Steam! First sub of the evening.
Steam.
An unexpected sub. Thanks so much.
Hype.
Oh, a resub. Oh, 6 months in advance. Whoa! A 6-month subscription in advance. I don't think I've gotten one of those before. Well, that's $30 you're sending to give directly. Thank you, Unexpected Steam. Meanwhile, we are dying. We are dying real bad here. But our opponent's not doing anything. Is our opponent also discarding hand size over there? Is our opponent discarding a hand size out of sympathy?
To become Aaron Gertler tonight, chat. That's the
all right, well, cool. Hello. What a world.
Does Defc hate mulliganing? A delay for this high stakes gambling.
All right, we're gonna play something which I guess does not get immediately killed. That felt like the pause of someone who had a hero's downfall and was waiting to cast on just anything. Diagraph Scavenger. Boo. Boo. All right, drew a land though. That's good. I like lands. Am I gonna imprison this thing and just start smashing them?
Do we have a first time sub?
Zelenog is indeed a first time sub. Zelenog, welcome to subscribership. Congratulations on your new clover. Also, thanks for the follows, Spectras and Sigap. I knew some dudes in Sigap in college.
Is a little bit closer to getting Little Beat Pog.
Mm-hmm. Oh, lovely. Lovely evening we're having here. Alright, so Binding Geist or Imprison the Scavenger. I think I'm just on Geist here. I think I just want to build out my board a bit. Also, potentially saving imprisonment for when I have Cruel Witness in play could be good.
Seriously, I think that saying hello when you get duressed is
okay. Opponent
it's appropriate.
Is into attacking, and I am into accepting this attack. What you got? Another one. Alright. I suspected they might be trying to get one of my spirits out of the yard. I was ready. Wait, did I not crack my Evolving Wilds? Oops. Oops.
Cerizium, thank you for the gift sub.
Cerizium!
And congrats
sub to Lord of
Ironforge.
Congratulations. Oh no, we're just talking over each other. Just like in every other life situation. Alright, Geist is coming. Actually, I guess I hold back Geist actually because I would like to trade Geist with a Scavenger and then hit their other Scavenger. Did I just play Cruel? I'm just gonna play Cruel Witness now, I guess. Alright, weird little game. I don't know. I've probably not played these turns out as well as I could have. Certainly. Oh, is this the attack of somebody who has a third Scavenger? I mean, I am willing to say show me to the third Scavenger. Oh, okay. That is indeed the third scavenger, in a manner of speaking. At least it dies to Valorous stance now. Alright, well, my opponent's getting a lot of drains off of these, but I do have, you know, Kindly Ancestor. So I'm going to start getting my own drains real soon. We'll take Visionary. Zelenog, I'm actually enjoying the format quite a bit. I saw it getting absolutely trashed in like the limited resources Reddit and was really confused because I'm just having a nice time. Okay. Here we come. Opponent suspects a trick. Goes for it anyway. Alright, let's cradle away. So we have the Syncopate to counter removal spell, so I'm pretty comfortable cradling here. Gosh, do we have to put Hullbreaker Horror into the graveyard? Crap. Oh no. Oh no, Necrocissa! 4-month resub back in business, hello!
Necrocissa!
And JG Lotto, thanks for the follow. What a hype train. Sick. Alright. God damn it, I have to put this Hullbreaker Horror in the graveyard, I hate this. Oh well. It's fine. Opponent feels our pain, it would seem. I'm just gonna hold up Syncopate and Valorous Stance with Scavenger in case they, you know, try to play nothing. Yeah, I mean, it was hard for me too, 47 seconds. It was hard for me too. But I think it's just the move. Yep. No thank you. No thank you to that. Cradle of Safety we are not going to put in the graveyard. That's a castable spell. We're going to keep that one. It's got Gift of Fangs? Sure. It's fine. Okay. I mean, we can just hold this back and block with it and put Lifelink on the Cruel Witness at some point, so I'm happy enough with that. Let's jam a Geist. We've still got several good removal spells in case of other big threats. I feel pretty comfortable. Third Scavenger could maybe get us. We'll see. Alright, they're just going third Scavenger right now. Sure, that's a lot of Scavengers. But I still think I'm winning? If they have like 3 more of these, we could lose to all the Scavengers. Goes on the attack. That is bold. Okay. Let's do it. I guess they might have a Blood Fountain to start recycling Scavengers. Another Visionary. All of our opponent's cards are just like the same card. Fascinating. Okay. Do I just Valorous Stance? I think I Valorous Stance the Scavenger now. Obviously, it looks a little weird. Decline. We will take that. We will take that one. Thank you. Alright, Visionary's down. We're just going to go ahead and Kindly Ancestor the... Yeah, I think this is Kindly Ancestor the Witness. Wow. Do I put Brine Comer in my graveyard? I actually think I do, because then next turn I can just put it on Welcoming Vampire. We're putting so many spells in the art here, but it feels correct at each stage. We'll go ahead and bind the Scavenger before they can, you know, find a way to... Alright, I'm not going to put Siphon Essence in the graveyard. That seems useful to keep around. Get in for some lifelink. It's an interesting game, for sure. I don't really know what I'm expecting. Oh, fuck.
That's a lot of text. Oh, there's so much text on this one.
It is indeed a lot of text. It's a problem. Alright, our opponent has played the best rare in the set, second best rare in the set. And our counterspell is a little too late. Things were looking up, chat. Things were looking pretty good for us. It's not an unwinnable game by any means still, but it's gonna be kind of tricky. Still not hitting land drops, huh? Wow. Yeah, not a lot of lands there. Alright, Visionary's gonna flip, but they didn't hit a spell. That's fine. It's all well and good. We go to 3. Right, do I just block this? They have the full charge Berserkers. Well, I think I have to go to 3. Didn't we want to Comer and then imprison the Desecrator? I don't understand what you mean. I mean, we had to play Vampire. What are we going to do with... I mean, we could Comer the Desecrator and then imprison it and not play our welcoming vampire, but I did want to play my welcoming vampire. So I could, like, start drawing cards off of it. That part seems important. Alright, so we're going to go with Lantern Bearer.
You just, like, life total dying as you say, I want to draw more cards. It's like such classic Aaron Gertler.
You always want to draw more cards. If you don't draw cards, you can't win the game of Magic the Gathering. Now we will imprison the Desecrator and hope they can't sacrifice it in some fashion. And we'll hold Lantern Bearer back to block their Berserker. And start hitting them. We can, I think I want to hit them for 3 here. If they try to burn a removal spell and Lantern Bearer, we've got the Cradle for it. Maybe just Vampire, actually. We'll play it safe.
Diffuse, I'm sorry that I'm creepy. I'm just relaxed.
She is a real creeper.
I do have resting creep face.
What's the best Iron Man? No, I would say by invitation only is in the top 10, but I would say the Hexproof Monster, followed by Cemetery Desecrator. Alright. What are the odds they have another Diagraph Scavenger? I'm gonna say no, you don't have another Diagraph Scavenger. That's the gamble, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, opponent seems to be flooding out pretty hard. I'm really glad we countered their stupid vampires. So now I think I just go Lantern Bearer on the Vampire, draw another card. I really want to be hitting land drops here, which is why I'm so obsessed with, like, yeah, drawing these cards. Okay, Siphon Essence is up. We are going to continue to hold back 2 blockers at a time. Make sure we don't get gotten by a Flameless Bolt. Dreadfeast Demon being a 7-drop, I think, makes it marginally worse than Cemetery Desecrator, although I think there's an argument to be had there. Alright. Opponent's still just kind of sitting there. I mean, alright. We'll give him a chance to kill Welcoming Vampire by doing this, but I think it's fine. Alright, do I take Brinecomer to the... Yeah, I definitely want to go put spells in my hand here at this stage of the game. Opponent just having the worst time over there, it would appear. Yeah, they're just saying Legendary Flood, I guess. I don't understand what else is happening. Or they maybe have a splash color that they're missing? They could be missing their splash color. Okay, so I guess we just put Brinecomer in the graveyard. Maybe should have just held back to triple block the Berserker there. That might have been better. I kind of assume our opponent has some kind of removal spell. Yeah, they do have some kind of removal spell. Don't feel like saving this with a Cradle is going to be worth it. So that's fine. Nerdy Steve! Yeah, sorry. Them's the breaks, buddy. Alright, now I'm going to exile this. Just before they can sack it and kill something. Get my blood on.
Yeah, Steve. Unfortunately, our pull-up bar is now on our balcony, which is not within view of the webcam.
Yeah, Toxrill is another one that's like a very strong candidate for best thing in the set. There should probably be a deck tech reward. Yeah, I should get that set up at some point. I'm just like not super adept at switching back and forth between screens mid-draft. Oh, honestly, should have attacked with the Scavenger. I mean, they could bluff Sure Strike or something. All right, scary stuff, but no. Aw, opponent's a good sport. That was a tough game for them. They really flooded very badly there in the middle.
Yeah.
That was a lot of zombie bears. Alright, time to pay off bets. Wow! Congratulations, believers. Is there any more bread, Tammy?
There is bread. I saved the end of it.
Could I please get the end of the bread? And I think there's a Diet Coke in the fridge. If I could prevail upon you because you're blocking my way out. Otherwise, I would totally do it myself. Thank you. Oh, hey, cilantro. Cool username. And yeah, sorry that you flooded in the middle there. That was a real harsh one. But it's always a pleasure to discard a hand size alongside you. Okay, the match for the draft. The match for the draft. Yeah. Great game despite that. The bear timing and like working around the bears was something. Common that just does so much. Thank you. Alright, it's the straw again.
Huh?
2 islands, no planes.
Oh.
Some amount of hope.
I thought you said it's this straw again.
And we have the one syncopate to like desperately hold off our opponent. I think double heron plus ancestor is like a little too strong to not keep. This is like a strong heron Gertler hand right here.
Heron Gertler. Yeah, that's what I heard too, accidentally recall, and I heard it right as I gave him a straw.
Whoa!
So it was very
crazy.
confusing to me. I was like, what do you have against this straw?
1-drops are cheating! Cast car. Our curve is not especially high. Oh no, we're dead. Alright, well, this is definitely a way to die. Oh no. Okay, I give up. Well, let's. Oh, we drew the fucking planes. Now I can't even give up. Whatever. All right, we'll try. We have a Sigarda's Imprisonment we could draw for the pup. Lord of Ironforge, I see you. I wish I could just like straight up. Is there a way to just like give people arbitrary channel points for good jokes? Do you know, Tammy?
I don't.
Is that possible?
No, you can.
All right, I think I'm blocking this wolf. I want to force our opponent to like not add to the board here, and then I can put the ancestor onto the heron. Welcoming vampire, little late. Okay, so they can pose to a 3 by attacking and pumping the wolf here. We are going to need to find Sigarda's Imprisonment real quick. Yikes.
Pup.
Oh, that's also really good.
All these counterspells come in.
How these counterspells, their card can't be countered and it puts creatures directly onto the battlefield from their hands. Yeah, we can't win, unfortunately. Alright, 123. Alright, we are officially at the part of the ladder where you can go 6-3 in your draft and end up lower than when you started. Which normally, honestly, I would expect. I think we just like had the wrong distribution of who we beat and who we lost to or something. Normally you'd expect it not to be quite that brutal, but... Well, time to pay off the doubters. Congratulations. Oh, there was no bet. Alright, what should our draft-related bet be? What's the draft-related bet? Alright. Will we play at least one Heron of Hope? That's our draft bet.
Reminds me of this command. Except, like, replace deck with bet.
We need to become Aaron Gertler tonight, Chad.
Base 6, my mouth is full, but thank you for following. A real pleasure to have you here. I appreciate you almost as much as I appreciate sourdough bread, Base 6.
Yes, for those who have a Costco, and who...
You again.
A Costco that keeps us in stock, they have this sort of, like, baked sourdough that you can just reheat in the oven.
Unbaked sourdough, that's the whole point.
No, it's already...
Half baked.
I think it's, like, basically baked, actually.
Alright, anyway, so Paxong Pup, Foreboding Statue, And I think those are the two choices. This one really, really hammers us into a particular archetype. The problem with Paxton Pup is it's basically a red-green uncommon. If you're just green another color, this is still barely playable to unplayable. I'm just going to take Statue. What was the Aerith? Oh, the Aerith bug where you can play your opponent's cards from Exile Wax and Lyrical? It might be. That one really confused me when I first saw it. We're going to take Statue. Statue's fun.
The prediction looks like it's still on deck list. I don't know what you're seeing.
Alright, so... Probably Flourishing Hunter. So Biolume Egg is good, but does kind of, again, shove you into a particular archetype. This pack is not very inspiring, but, I mean... Flourishing Hunter has an excellent win rate. So... Probably just the Hunter. We're also, like, kind of angling towards being a little rampy with the Statue already. I'll take Hunter. Infestation Expert's really good. Yeah, nothing else here seems particularly compelling. So best card in the pack is green, that's good.
I was really wondering where that was going, checklist. I was holding our breath there.
I see, Decklist. I will keep this in mind. Wait, I'm just realizing my stream title is totally wrong.
Why?
Well, should it be this or should it be We Need to Become Harren Gertler?
I think you should change it to We Need to Become Harren Gertler.
Okay. Shoot. Is it Nature's Embrace?
Hi, man leggings. Also, now that you've changed the stream title, I don't think that I can hear the follow notification without hearing We Need to Become Harren Gertler. Like, I actually think that's what Pretty has been saying all along.
Alright, so Screaming Swarm is like a fun card for green-blue, according to Sam Black, if you can find the spiders. We don't have any spiders. Nature's Embrace is like has really terrible stats, but kind of lets us do the rampy thing. Gosh, none of this is really inspiring. I guess we take Embrace. Might as well, you know, this draft is not going in a high-quality direction. We might as well send it in a Mimi direction. I'm just going to take Honored Heirloom, and we're going to be 5-color green. Let's do it. 5-color green. Bonus. I realize you made it kindly bonus, but that's like an incredibly ominous way to put it. Hi, Decklist. Did you kill Mythic Nat?
Oh, yeah.
Sport Crawler is great. Yeah, the thing is that the weird thing is, even though this format is full of bomb rares, the 5-color green deck, I think, a lot of the bombs like require some degree of synergy, and so it's not like you can just kind of jam them in any deck.
Wow, chat has turned on deck list so quickly.
The bet was about playing a Heron, right? It wasn't about taking a Heron, so it's rough. Wow, everybody believed in the Heron. Okay, so we're not taking a green card in this pack because Lunar Rejection's real good. Super splashable, powerful card. Happy to have it be part of my deck.
More hot chocolate for me.
Okay, nothing here is good. All these cards are pretty bad. I'm going to take Alchemist Retrieval. Sort of lines up with Lunar Rejection. I could also take kind of the Ancestor. We could still end up being kind of green-white at the core, just playing some nice defensive cards. This card's also good with Nature's Embrace. I think I just take Ancestor. This pack is like the previous one, but even worse. This card is very bad, I suspect.
What is it? Hover?
It's just a 5/5 for 6 with some kind of poopy abilities. I think I'll take Alchemist Retrieval here.
Expensive abilities.
Yeah, what is Dreadlight Monstrosity's win rate?
I'm gonna guess 40%.
That's not how cards work.
I know, that's not how cards
It is really
work.
bad, though. Those
is it
stats are
51%?
It is 51%, which is
Okay.
quite below average.
Yes. Ooh, what's the trivia question?
What's the trivia question, Decklist? Alright. Which card is card number 8?
What does that mean?
It's Heron of Hope.
Oh.
Alphabetical order starting with white in the color order.
Oh.
Alright, I guess we're taking Syncopate.
Inside knowledge.
And Rural Recruit or Lantern Bearer. I guess we could end up just being straight up green-blue self-mill, in which case we really like Lantern Bearer. Blood Fountain was also reasonable. Blood Fountain was a consideration too. It's good with all the ramp. I guess this card is playable in blue-green.
Scob?
Blue's open. Scob, it's just an Innistrad zombie.
Is Scob the one that has exploit? No.
There's a different Scob that has exploit.
Oh.
Alright, Curse of Hospitality. It is splashable, but it's not great. Largely because we're not going to be hitting our opponent with that many creatures most of the time. I suspect I'm not supposed to take this, and I am just supposed to take a Spore Crawler.
Do you mean that, like, some magazines are scented in the sense that, like, the whole magazine is scented? Or that sometimes magazines come with perfume samples, in which case they are scented in that sense?
I'm going to take one more statue so I can take all the Valorous stances I see from now on. We can kind of do whatever we want with our colors. So is this Ancient Lumberknot now? Darn it, this is a problem. Ancient Lumberknot is definitely a card we could easily play, but is it even good?
Yes, I knew about the perfume samples, because as someone who didn't use perfume very
Here comes
much...
the Scob. Oh, there's a Wolf Strike. We should just take Wolf Strike.
Fun.
Alright, we'll just take Wolf Strike, and we'll start... Okay, a Braid. There we go. That's good cheap splash removal. Is a Braid better than Sigarda's Judgment? Imprisonment. Normally I would say yes, but we have a ramp. We're a ramp deck and we have no blood. It honestly seems very close. I kind of think it might be Imprisonment. It does seem close though. I could see a Braid being actually correct.
No,
Right.
Chrisissa, that's just the plot of that one XKCD.
Wolf Strike or Hookhand Mariner or Lacerate Flesh. Lacerate Flesh is really good to curve into off of Statue, Heirloom, or Nature's Embrace. What do you mean by that, Killer Man? Are you saying that Imprisonment was correct, or that I should have taken neither of them? Because I do think you want to splash some removal. Or do you think that's just not true? Honestly, I'm kind of... We can get a Lacerate Flesh there. I'm going to take Hookhand. I think we're like a little low on actual creatures. Flourishing Hunter, because when you're playing Flourishing Hunters and a bunch of ramp, you actually want big creatures to be payoffs, not just one for wanting people with removal.
Oh, Uranium Spoon, you beat me to it. That one. Yes.
Second imprisonment, I think, over second witness. Okay, we got something going here, maybe. So, syncopate, witness the future. I've heard some people really talking this card up. I sort of don't know if I believe in it. Kinda might just want another syncopate. I'm just gonna take cards that definitely do things when in doubt. I would like to open like a bomb in pack 3 though. I feel like I've picked enough color fixing that I deserve to be paid off in some fashion.
By the draft gods.
By the draft gods, yes. These cards are all terrible.
We need
Let's
to become
take
Aaron Girdler tonight, Chad. That's the goal.
Snare, I suppose. Senior flyers. Whoever you are, thanks for following.
Oh yeah. Is everyone just the cloaky person now?
And you can't see who anyone is anymore. I wonder, so the fact that you can't see anyone's usernames makes me wonder if that's like a deliberate anti-sniping thing or something, or like anti-collusion. Like if you don't know where your friends are, like, you know, it would be pretty easy for a few people to get together and try to all draft at the same time, and then talk to each other about what's going on. And if you can't see anyone's username, that's much harder. Oh, it's for the Draft Arena Open. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. They're doing a Draft Arena Open soon, which would make that much more dangerous. That's fair. It's good. It's a good choice. Alright, it is Senor Flyers. Hey, bro. This deck. If I were just at the beginning of the format, I'd say this deck seems like it could be fine. But I suspect this deck is going to be pretty bad. All the decks I've drafted that look anything like this have been terrible. But you know, maybe it'll work out. Oh, also, Senior Flyers just dropping their own emotes. Powerful stuff. Okay, well that's an interesting card. It's double white. It's double white. Are we supposed to take it? I think we're supposed to. It's real tough. We need to hit two of our color fixers to actually play it. There's also just a Fell Stinger. Whoa! How is it? Oh god.
What is it?
Its win rate is terrible.
What is it?
It's not even a good card.
50.8?
It's just awful. Take the thoughts. Yeah, I'm down for card draw. Wow. What a shocking twist. Okay, now I think we just do take Valorous Stance. Is Fierce Retribution actually better than Valorous Stance for us? It actually might be. I don't think we need Weaver Blossoms. We're not splashing that heavily anyway. Yeah, I'm in for Retribution.
No, there are no Tammy emotes. I don't really spend that much time on the stream.
Okay, so Fierce Retribution's
my face.
Third Spore Crawler. Pretty down to taking as many Spore Crawlers as I can shove into my deck. Spore Crawler is very good.
Have a reverse Spore Crawler again? Ah, that's right. I remember this one.
Super clean.
I don't like the art on it. That's why I don't get it very much.
Mm-hmm.
Stop hovering now. Thank you. Okay. That's true. I think I use Little Leap Heart more than Aaron does.
Yeah, the thing about 5-color arena like Kaldheim is there were so many like sick like uncommons to pick. Like so many like sagas you could splash and like other like kind of there's just like more gold cards. In the Strahd set there's just a lot of the cards are kind of weak unless you have the synergies for them, and 5-color green just doesn't have synergies for anything.
Also, is it just me, or are there a lot more like double color mana costs? I just noticed that.
Maybe more than in like Kaldheim, because this is a more of a play 2 color set.
Right, yeah, it just seems like mana is a little bit harder.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess like maybe playable colors. Because there's always those ones that you just ignore when they come around. I also really like Kaldheim Draft.
Kaldheim Draft was super good, yes.
It was a fun time.
It is the, It's been a while since I got to rank 1 in any draft set. It's because I never played any of them as much as Kaldheim. Is there a world where I splash Grizzly Ritual overtaking the second Cruel Witness? Man, I don't even know.
And Refbot, yes, Aaron took a
I took a break. Maybe you did too, but I can only know about myself.
It'd be kind of creepy if you knew about Chat's hiatuses as well.
Deck list, oof. Oof. Alright, do I have to take a 2-drop? Yeah, I think I have to take a 2-drop over the, slightly better, but...
Is Avalanche Color still playable, or is it, like, past its prime?
Are you talking about... Avalanche Color was never playable outside of draft. It would still be very good if you were drafting Kaldheim.
Oh. That's right. I guess there aren't any draft formats that are, like, or like, across different, sets, right?
Decklist, I don't know what the sorting is. Well, I mean, we got our 2-drops, we got our other card. This is just a pile of things over here. Alright, another Scattered Thoughts is pretty good. If we're gonna have a bunch of mana, we might as well spend it on stuff. Should I take Retrieve? Retrieve seems kind of okay. I don't know if we're gonna play it, but it seems kind of okay.
Let me see. Okay.
Once and Future vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm having fun with it, Refbot. I sort of deliberately sabotaged myself by taking a bunch of 5-color green cards here. I think if I had just like made myself be disciplined and play like, you know, taking the Pack Song Pup in the first pick, or I don't know. There are other ways we could have avoided this travesty. Could have had a lot of Wretched Throngs too. Good night, deck list. Come back in the morning to see all the points you lost, I guess. Alright, Blood Fountain. I guess it's time to take Blood Fountain. I don't know if we're gonna splash it.
Have a good night.
Probably not, but this is gonna be something. Are we gonna be playing no rares in our 5-color green deck? How unfortunate.
Yeah, Douglas, it does seem like you're now not helping Narcissus to help you.
Okay, this deck is, removal? Not very much. Early interaction with the board? Not very much. Good colors? Pretty iffy.
Yeah, good luck
Problems? With this. Many substantial problems. This is a deck where I feel a bit more energy just throwing everything away than usual.
The clicking is very aggressive.
Oh.
In my ears.
Okay, we can move the mouse a bit further away.
It's probably fine. Some people probably like the clicking.
I don't think anybody likes the clicking. I think
it was the fact that I was hearing it in real life and also in my headphones that was very jarring.
Oh, Narcissa, no regrets.
No regrets.
It's the motto for everything in life. No, there are no herons. There is no hope. We have failed to become Heron Gertler, and now we will pay the price, I suspect. Man, am I even supposed to splash in this deck? What happens if I don't splash? What does that look like? It probably looks terrible, right? Nah, we just don't quite get there. We actually do need the splash.
Yeah.
Hello, Captain Kush. How many creatures is this? This is 12 creatures. Not a good Skywarp Scob deck. But if I play the Heirloom... Alright, what are we cutting then to make room for our splash? Is it the wolf? Do I just give up on the wolf and just say we're not playing 2-drops? To hell with it?
What's Siphon Essence?
We got a Siphon Essence.
Yeah, it's just an expensive Counterino.
It's an expensive Counterino. We're trying to... We could probably cut both the Siphons, actually. Play the Imprisonment so we can actually respond to things on board. Syncopate is our 2-drop, that is true. And the Lord is my shepherd. Alright, Retribution's in, and then we'll add a... Add an Heirloom, I suppose. And... Right. I guess all of our ramp is colorless, and we do have Syncopate as a 2-drop. Maybe we want an 8-8 split.
That's the goal.
We have a lot of double blue, too. It's actually 8 and 8, I think. Yeah, do we want Lantern Bearer? Like, what does Lantern Bearer do for us exactly? And it doesn't... I don't know, we have no synergy with it at all. It's like a generically good card, but... I don't know that it's all that functional for us. Yeah, this could be worse. This isn't bad. We can win some games with it. I think we're going to win about 3. I think we're going to go 3 and 3 here. That's my prediction. 3 and 3 with the blue-green. Nelson Mangino, thanks for the follow.
I love whipped cream so much, Aaron.
Hopefully if we get trashed, we'll get trashed quickly enough to have time for one more draft. Oh, the stream title's just mocking me now. It's the problem. Sure. This is what we signed up for. Congratulations, Walloompa. Start betting against this deck and you could rise ever higher.
My first instinctual reaction was that I forgot that we changed decks, and I was like, oh, another one of these hands.
Alright, so opponent's 2-drop has 1 power. That's fine. Doom Dissenter is acceptable. Blood Fountain is acceptable. Alright, if we're up against, like... We're up against another dirtly deck that doesn't do anything, so I think we may be fine. We are going to need to have enough threats to actually kill them, but... We can probably somehow manage. Okay. Dumping a bramble worm to get it back later. Ouch! No! Well, I didn't really need that very much, but still, it's the principle of the thing. So this is... We're gonna draw our deck pretty much every game. The question is just, can our deck beat anybody when we draw all of it? Hopefully sometimes. Alright, well, we'll take a counterspell for the Brambleworm and a statue, which is a good threat. Fierce Retribution doesn't seem like it's going to do much for us at this point. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Can't counter that one. And we have lost our statue again. The good news is that Flourishing Hunter kind of locks their board down a bit, maybe? If they don't have more removal. We're going to have to hope they have no more removal. Nope. Wow.
Whoa!
Nice 3-color deck with no apparent fixing.
Hover, hover, hover?
Hover over what?
The card that they just played.
Alright, well, I guess we try and find a Spore Crawler and hold them off. Alright, and a Sigard's Imprisonment that I'll never be able to cast. Because they killed all of my mana guys. That's another problem with these decks that I found, is that I think we take it anyway because we have more than enough lands, we might draw the planes. Another problem with this format is just like, you know, two of the best fixer cards, these small creatures that your opponents can just kill. Like, it's not that hard to kill the 1/2 statue as we've seen. So our opponent's, like, slow, dirtly deck is the kind of deck we're supposed to beat up, and we're still just getting absolutely crushed because they're interacting with us. Like, a little bit. It's a problem. I mean, the mana fixing's fine, the removal's just really good, so everything just dies before it can fix your mana. And there's also no good reason to fix your mana. Alright.
The Spore Crawler.
This is actually kind of okay. We've got the Gargantua maybe handled. We've got a couple of counters for their shit, like this one. We'll have to see if we can counter whatever their next thing is, but yeah, we'll see. Pretty please?
Oh, Necrosis.
Pretty
yes,
please?
You've had a rough night.
Sick. Oh, sorry, Necrosis. Good night. Yeah, Killer Mana, I also prefer the Werewolf Dork. We just didn't have any. Okay, we found white mana. Undead Butler, sure, whatever. Problem is I need some creatures, or I'm going to lose to these, like, 2-power Dorkos. Alright, we gotta syncopate this, I guess? Oh, I can exile Brambleworm with the Honored Heirloom, which is nice. It's gonna be a close call. That's another land. Alright, so we're through... how many lands right now? 3, 9, 10... 4 lands left in the deck. Yeah, we got a Luna Rejection the token. And play Honored Heirloom and hold this up so I can stop their Blood Fountain from getting back 2 things. And then Infestation Expert could take us home, combined with the other Flourishing Hunter, which we still have.
Explain that again. So you have to hold it up, so what?
So this can exile cards from their graveyard.
Oh, okay.
And their Blood Fountain lets them get cards back from their graveyard, so you need to be able to stop that from happening.
Got it. And that's what you're saying, you're not going to tap it for mana?
Yes.
I understand.
So we're going to start proactively getting rid of the things that scare me, starting with Brambleworm. Actually, should we start with Rottide? I think we start with Brambleworm.
What was the worm in Kaldheim?
Lindworm.
Lindworm.
Lindworm was nice.
The 6/6?
Okay, that was a... Wolf Strike was a fantastic draw there, actually, because now I get to kill their bird and hold up Honored Heirloom to stop the Blood Fountain. So we'll see what their last card is, but we might actually have a chance.
Lindy and Cindy, that's right.
What was Cindy again?
Cinderheart Giant.
Ah, yes, Cindy. Alright, here we go. What are we getting back? We may actually be getting there. Infestation Expert's a heck of a card.
So chat, before I learned how to play Magic, and I would watch Aaron play, I used to think that the lower your life total was, the better it was for you in like a metagame sense. Because I would keep seeing Aaron at like 1 life, and then Bloody would be like, no, he's doing well. And I'll be like, oh, okay.
Wait, how do I... Okay, we use this. They're getting back these 2. I think I target the bat here, actually. I can imprisonment whatever they actually get back, but I'm hoping they don't have a land, so I can just flip my wolf over. Whereas if I give them bat, they just get to play it immediately, and there's no chance of me flipping my wolf. Let's see if they have the land.
Yeah, I think and that was the thing Uranium Spoon is like I understood that like you die when you get to no life, and that life was a resource, but like Aaron took that to an extreme.
Okay, so we could draw a plains here. Witness the future. Alright, opponent is determined to grind us out with the mill stuff here. It might work. It might work. Cruel Witness is not bad. Yeah, this is definitely the kind of game we should be winning. Their Undead Butler can't get anything back because we've got the Honored Heirloom up. We've got a removal spell waiting in the wings for them.
Witness for me again. Right, okay.
Soul Cipher Board. That card is mildly scary, but not too scary. Okay, they can't actually trigger it this turn, which is nice. We're going to start proactively exiling all the stuff they might want to get back at some point, so starting with their creatures, because we got nothing else to do. Sporeback Wolf, hello. Not so helpful now, huh? Alright, do we imprison their Cruel Witness? I believe we do. I think we just gotta... We gotta use these resources while we have them. They're gonna be able to block with Undead Butler, get back Wretched Throng, which is fine. But I think we value the Surveil here a lot. Definitely not putting that one in the graveyard. That seems good. Alright, we're actually setting up a nice clock here. They're not losing the Butler. Interesting. So if they can remove Sigarda's imprisonment in some way, we lose, but there's not much in the way of enchantment removal in this set. Skywarp Scab does not draw them a card. Alright, we are still surviving. It's going to be night next turn, so we can Wolf Strike, which is cool. I have no reason not to attack with Infestation Expert here, so we're going to keep getting bugs. Yeah, it's an interesting game we've got going here. This could still go either way, for sure.
You're like Infestation Expert.
Mm-hmm.
Is Wolf Strike like a night-bound fight, or... Let's see, targeting... Okay, so it's a bite.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bite with boost when it's night.
Okay, so do we Wolf Strike? I guess not yet. Let's wait and see what our opponent's going to do here. Wretched Throng is fine. Are they going to be able to flip it back over today? Okay, they had enough stuff to flip it over today. So I think we kill the Scab now while we can. Get our Surveil on. Gonna not put that one in the yard. That one seems nice. We do this before they can transform the Farmer. We exile the Witness, get our blood. This is going to be close. We actually might be in a pretty reasonable spot here. Okay, so we definitely don't want to flip the board now. So I believe we just try and kill them with flyers here. We have plenty of time. We're not about to mill out. We've got some card selection. We've got their graveyard handled. Blood Fountain does not threaten us in the slightest here, I don't think. They got like nothing going on actually. It seems good.
Are you do like Cruel Witness Beatdown?
So I'm not actually going to use the Honored Heirloom here because they can then Blood Fountain in response. What were you asking, Tammy?
So the game, you just were gonna do Cruel Witness Beatdown?
That's the hope.
Well, you don't have the hope. That's the problem.
What do you mean I have no hope? That's rude. Plenty of hope. Okay, so good. Important to note that this thing does not untap when it flips over. Alright, we're kind of getting them. And I am going to play Hookhand Mariner here. Gives me a slightly better chance of attacking them to death next turn compared to just flipping over the Expert. Alright, they're going to try and Fountain us to get something going here. I am going to exile their flyer.
Thank you, Bandit.
Wow, Honored Heirloom working overtime here.
I like it.
It's really nice. I really like the way that Wizards
flexible.
lately has found. They've found a bunch of ways to add some cool little abilities to the... Oh, I lose. Oh no, the blood! The blood! The blood! Alright, well that's my bad. Whoops.
What happened?
Our chat was trying to warn us that they could discard a creature at instant speed to flip over their 3/2 flyer. I wasn't paying any attention because we were having a conversation. Which is fine. Our opponent deserved that one.
It's my fault.
Yes, so I'm going to punt myself, though. I can't punt you. Alright. That was going to be a hard game to win anyway, frankly. 7 cards in my library, I'm flipping that thing over, but it was winnable. I'm glad we were able to somehow recover. Yeah, the blood discarded creature just really got us good. Opponent was mousing over other cards and everything. Oh yeah, time to reset the bet.
To become Aaron Gertler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
And time to set up another prediction.
Oh, Zella's not a true...
Yeah, Glior, thanks for the follow.
A true supporter.
Alright, let's try. It was an interesting game, at least. Don't know that there was anything... I mean, we could have just held back a Cruel Witness and perhaps been fine. We could also consider just making Sporeback Wolf into a bounce spell. It's just so much better in the game to have the bounce available. I think all the games we gain 4 life off of Flourishing Hunter because we have the Sporeback Wolf will make it worth it to have that one in.
Ready.
These classic freaking hands.
Yeah.
Alright, there we go. That's the stuff.
Never punished.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we had many chances to do things differently that game. We'll just syncopate there. Just, it's not, you know, trades poorly with Spore Crawler, but we would still rather spend our mana. Foreboding Statue, well, you know what that means. No mana for you.
That's true, Zealous Nog, but it's also what I like about Limited.
Yikes. Oh, man. Alright, well, we let it turn to night. Tried bolting the bird, and now, unfortunately, we were going to die real hard to this giant trampler. And our opponent is emoting us for no reason whatsoever here. Oh, they flipped it back to day. Okay. Alright, well, suddenly their choice not to attack gave us hope. I don't know why they didn't attack.
Did they emote instead of attacking?
I think they emoted instead of attacking. And maybe we can actually get them as a result. We'll see. I would be exquisitely happy to trade with your Snarling Wolf. Thank you, my friend. Let's do it. Given that they have a Spiked Ripsaw, we just gotta trade all over the place. We also need to hit our land drops. Our opponents just have it living their best life and having fun, I think. So we're gonna go Honored Heirloom into Sigarda's Imprisonment. And we're just gonna go ahead and imprison the... I muted our opponent and they're still able to emote. I hate the way the mute button doesn't always work. Gonna go ahead and imprison the Mariner here. Alright, let's try again. Okay, it's a lot of that card. It's a very good card. But it does bounce off of Flourishing Hunter pretty thoroughly. So, here goes. Even with the Spiked Ripsaw, it bounces off Flourishing Hunter, which is nice. And we are now going to be able to double spell pretty consistently for the rest of the game, so they're not having a hard time turning it to, Alright, well, they could have a trick. We still have to make this block, I think, because I don't have any tricks. And I'm not gonna have any tricks anytime soon. I guess we could hold back until the statue is big enough to block them? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna let them bluff me here. Let's go. Okay, so here we're just gonna go for... probably... Mariner Wolf here? Or Witness Wolf? I think I like Witness Wolf. A little more card selection going earlier here. Maybe start clocking them a bit.
I agree. I like that.
And then Statue gets to flip, which is nice. Okay, Bone's just going to keep trying to flip it back, and it's not going to work out super well. It's going to give them really good defensive turns, but I get to start killing stuff now, which is nice. Let's go ahead and Wolf Strike down the big pack mate. I guess I should Scatter the Thoughts first, just in case that changes my mind, or do I just want to Wolf Strike Mariner? I think I want to Wolf Strike Mariner here. Do I kill the big one, or do I pump the Witness, kill the little one, and hit them for an extra 2 damage? I think I like pump the Witness, kill the little one, hit them for an extra 2 damage. I guess if I kill the big one, then I get to attack with Forsaken Thresher too? That's not bad. Actually... yeah. Let's do this.
Is that another spore?
Another spore. Yep. You love to see it. Alright, that's all the children. All the children down. Our opponent's taking 11. Whoa, they had a massive might the whole time. Alright. Alright, not bad, not bad. They're still taking 11, though. 11's still a lot of damage.
And poor Ripsaw has not yet found a home.
Alright, Flourishing Hunter's good. We are still battling it out here. Let's see what we can hit off of Scattered Thoughts. I am going to put that into my graveyard, I think. It's just I definitely don't want to draw this turn. This turn I would like a land and a removal spell. And I have a much better chance of hitting land removal if I... Alright, I guess I take Hunter over Scattered Thoughts here. Do I attack with Hunter? They can make this a 9/9 Trampler, but I don't know how much I care. Hello, Ronnie. We're doing okay here. And thanks for the follow, Arlode / Ronnie. Am I attacking with Flourishing Hunter? This Ripsaw just makes it hard for me to block. I think I just want to get more aggressive than that. The 9/9 Trampler doesn't really bother me too much. Yeah, I think we got aggressive, and hope they don't have a Sure Strike, and hope that that combat trick they used before was their only combat trick. I also want to keep my Flourishing Hunter alive. If they want to trade Flourishing Hunters, that's totally fine too. Once they don't have a 6/6, my 6... Alright, it's looking like an 0-3. It's looking like an 0-3, chat.
Worm!
Oh, it's got reach.
Yikes.
It's got reach. Yeah, this is the problem. We're just not doing anything aggressively enough. Just dying to everything anybody wants to do to us. Syncopate, real helpful. Alright, well, we can do this, I guess. What a miserable draft this has been so far. Just sitting here, failing to apply any pressure as our opponents rip bombs and kill us. Or I guess, you know, rearrange their deck in beneficial ways and kill us. Never try to be the biggest fish, chat. I mean, we're not actually dead yet. Our opponent's being really unaggressive and we just drew a good removal spell. So we could end up being fine, weirdly. Am I supposed to kill this Bramworm so I can start attacking with Cruel Witness, or do I sit here and hope they make a bad attack? I guess I kill the worm and get going?
Is Retribution instant speed?
It is an instant. It costs 6 mana to kill anything, or 2 mana to kill an attacking creature. Yeah, I think we're killing Worm here. And the filtering from Witness is useful. Keep in mind that we might end up wanting to syncopate even if we can't counter a spell just to get the Surveil. Okay. We'll see what's next. We've seen a lot of their kind of bomb uncommons already. Maybe they can just play some 2/2s or 2/3 menaces. That's also fine. Okay, they're going in. No? They're kind of forced to keep trading 1 for 1 here. They don't really have great attacks. I would say this guy or gal played like a goober. But yeah, the non-attack and emote me instead play was maybe maybe not the wisest. I have no more blood in my deck, right? No, I have a Siphon. I think I have the Siphon, actually. I guess Guy could be seen as any gender, but Weaver Blossoms. Alright, we're just going to counter this. No reason not to counter something eventually. Yeah, they got 5, 6. Right, I'm not like miscounting any mana creatures they have. Nope. Great. Okay, Cruel Witness doing good work. Filtering us through the deck. We're down to 10 cards now. At some point they're going to have to start attacking. This was the point, huh? Okay. So it's a little awkward because I either have to... No, wait, I can just do this, right?
Yeah, why can't you just work with a 6?
Let's do
they
this.
Probably have a...
I'm worried about a trick, but whatever. If they have a trick, they have a trick.
Yeah,
I suspect they might just have nothing. They had the trick. Alright, well, Hunter's down. But I do have... I've got Lunar Rejection on my deck still. I've got another Sigarda's Imprisonment, which could take out the Packmate. And they also just flipped it back to... That's actually good, because then they can make another Wolf, which is sad. Well, here goes. It's anybody's game now. It's going to kind of depend on their top decks. Yep, yeah. Never drawing the planes kind of hurts us this turn a lot, because now they can make several wolves instead of just one. They're actually just going to take... Oh. No, that is the card we want, I guess. That is the card we want. It's a little late, but it is the card we want.
Which one's that one?
Bounce a wolf and draw a card for 2 mana.
Oh yeah.
They can't equip Ripsaw and make 2 wolves, I guess. So the question is, they're just going to spend their whole turn making wolves and try to Alpha Strike us. Yeah, Alpha Strike, because it's wolves. Okay, this looks good, actually. We get to turn this thing into blood. And they just scoop the game immediately, for some reason. Okay. That was bizarre in all respects, but I guess we won. I never know how to feel about games like that.
Yeah.
On to more gambling, I suppose. Very confusing.
Alright, I'm feeding. I'm going to go watch from the bedroom.
Okay. Good night, Tammy.
Good night.
See you in chat.
You'll see me in chat.
Alright, yeah, chat. Let's I'm gonna say what other streamers have said and just copy the language of folks like Jeff Hoagland and others and say let's not dump too much on opponents. Like, if the opponent makes a sketchy play and you're like, that play seems sketchy because X, I think that's fine, but just being like, a bunch of people being like, well, they played terribly, ha ha ha, is not ideal, just because people are definitely going to come and watch, you know, a lot of people will come and rewatch the games they played against streamers, that sort of thing, and ideally they're not going to come into a bunch of people being mean to them in chat, even if, you know, even if their plays may have been suboptimal or whatever. I do actually own a green screen shirt, Uranium Spoon. It's a beautiful shirt. Alright, it's a little risky to not be casting my white spells, but I figure this Infestation Expert's probably a bigger target than the statue now. Okay, this is interesting. They probably have an adamant... Yeah, I'm just gonna block. If I just let them hit me and then draw a whole ass card, that does not seem like great. Did actually somehow win. I guess that should have been a double block, but I figured if they had a trick, it would just be Adamant Will. And it wasn't really going to matter whether we double blocked or not. Oh, they just get to draw the card anyway? Sag. Okay, well, we're just going to go with... Cruel Witness here. Another creature that can block the Purifier. Oh god. You know what? No. No, you got me. If you're bluffing this time, you got me. But if they want to spend 2 mana drawing a card instead of casting spells, that's okay. It appears that is what they want to do. Sure. So now what? I would like to transform this now, so I guess we scattered thoughts. Except if I do that, I can't cast Fierce Retribution when they attack with a Purifier. Rough. Diagraph Scavenger seems fine. It does mean they just get to boost with the Purifier, but hopefully they'll also attack with it. They now get to transform this thing, which is really rough for my Sigarda's Imprisonments. Okay, they're gonna let me kill their Catapult Captain, that would be fine. Hey, Geneticist! Our deck is not very good and we are being punished hard for it. Okay, if they want to make this attack, I would be extremely happy to kill this Purifier. Just the Purifier. Nothing. It's a good draft format. Our deck right now is very bad, and I'm not enjoying playing it. I might just scoop after this game, honestly. Just because this deck has just not been fun for me at all. Oh, I can take Syncopate. I think I might just need to take Syncopate, because I don't really want to lose a card to their thing. I think I take Syncopate Luna Rejection, and just Syncopate the Ghoul. Like, all my cards are great. I'm going to need all of them to win here, I think. Alright, so we get to flip. This thing's about to become a non-white mana source, actually, which is really awkward. So I think we've got to go for Sigarda's Imprisonment on the... Purifier? Oh god, this is terrible. Yeah, no actual removal really hurting us here. Opponent's at 25 life. We have a 5/5, but it doesn't matter because they have a Death Toucher. This captain's just gonna ping us to death slowly. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Can't syncopate that one. This thing does not tap for mana anymore. We get to add some mana, which is nice, but we are in big trouble against the Phalanx. We could bounce the captain. We could just, I guess we just kill the captain, actually. Actually, if we kill the captain, we're kind of fine, right? Yeah, what was I getting upset about? Let's just kill the captain. Get out of here. I mean, if they have, like, another Adamant Will or something, I guess I'll die, but... Why are they playing so many copies of Adamant Will in their black-white life gain deck with Catapult Captain? Why? Alright, I give up. I'm not playing this deck anymore, chat, sorry. Again, it's not terrible. I still think we can go 3-3 with it, but I just hate this deck so much. I just want to play something proactive with removal in it. So, I'm off it. Goodbye, Cruel World. It's been a rough night, honestly. The blue-white deck was sweet, but that was terrible. Alright, we're going back in. Same bet as last time. Just everything that match just went as badly as it possibly could have. Let's play something. We're gonna be aiming at proactive here. Aiming at proactive. Find some cards that actually attack, put our opponents under pressure, let them not just sit there and set up their engine and discard a blood token to flip over their thing.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, Jack. That's the goal.
Or we could at least draft a rare. I think being 5-color green with no rares was probably not great. Moo Cow Peter, thanks for the follow. Oh look, a rare. Good proactive rare. Let's take the card that kills our opponent in 3 turns. Blood Vial Purveyor. Get in here. Alright. I am out for blood right now, chat. I did not like how that draft went, and I am out for fucking blood. Gonna get back into the top something. Something better than 413. Holy hell. The second Adamant Will. Could have even syncopated the Phalanx, made them pay for it, and then killed their Catapult Captain. They probably lose that game from there, but just everything went as badly as possible. So, of course, Blood Vial Purveyor doesn't mean we have to be vampires. It is outstanding in any deck with black in it. Now, do we take Catapult Fodder? There's the question. Blood Vial Purveyor does have more toughness than power, technically. We're not taking Catapult Fodder, though. We're not doing that. I'm out for way too much blood to take Catapult Fodder here. So this is either Rending Flame or Blood Crazed Socialite. Cigar's Imprisonment, just worse than Rending Flame. Soaking Cork, I feel like the average mid deck would probably beat the average Vow deck. The mid commons were just much stronger. In general, I think. Alright. Socialite is another 4. I think I just take Rending Flame. I think I just take Rending Flame. It's close. We're not necessarily locked in black, of course. Purveyor's great. We would like to play black, but I think Flame is better enough than the Blood Crazed Socialite that I do want to take it here. Alright, we got Blood Fountain and Gift of Fangs. I like Gift of Fangs more in black-red, and it's pretty close in non-black-red decks. Because in the black-red, being able to actually just throw some extra power on your vampire can make a big difference. Fountain's also great, of course. I would very happily play a fountain if we see one, but I like Gift of Fangs a little more. I think it's also the fountain just tends to go later, it's a little earlier. A little easier to get your first fountain than your first gift. Just for fun, what is the average game in hand win rate? Game in hand win rate for Gift of Fangs of 54.7. For Blood Fountain, we're looking at 54.3. Alright, second Gift of Fangs, sure. Off to a fine start so far. Dracarix, what was the secret vampire that you misread? Alright, now I guess we take... Ooh, do I just take Blood Petal Celebrant here over the fountain? Alright, here I'll take Fountain. We're not cemented in red yet. We could be definitely, you know, trending in a more controlling direction with this start. There's still time to draft a Heron of Hope and play black-white. Yeah, Zealous Nog, it's rare. It's rare, but I think that last game just took all of the life out of me. I was not willing to play that. To draw another opening hand with that deck and play another match with that deck, it was just terrible. Alright, Ragged Recluse. A lot of blue in the pack, but none of it's very good blue. Spore Crawler is obviously fantastic and goes, you know, black-green grind is a nice archetype. Regular Recluse is like super replaceable, but... I see, that makes sense, Dracarix. Yeah. Easy mistake to make, for sure. Crawler, Recluse, Crawler, Recluse, Crawler, Recluse. Kind of close. I do like sending the signal that I'm definitely in black here, but... Recluse does not become a vampire. That is not how that works. Alright, Bloody Betrayal, Vulgarian Epicure, Undying Malice. So, Vulgarian Epicure is pretty good. Is it good enough? Yeah, I think Undying Malice is sufficiently replaceable that I'm going to take my like good aggro vampire here. Yeah, no, Recluse is just an angry lady. Geneticist Heron of Hope is a meme. It's also a very, very good common, but it's a meme for our stream. Because we need to become Heron Gertler. Alright, I'll take Socialite over Blood Fountain. The Blood Fountain's obviously kind of decline quickly in multiples. Happy to have one. Certain decks might be happy to have two, but we do want to fill out our aggro creatures a bit. Alright, Fountain Wield. I still like second Fountain over first Bloody Betrayal, and now that we have double Fountain, we might incline a little more controlling here. Although it's also totally fine just to like play a bunch of Vulgarian Epicures, you know, get them killed in various ways, and then Fountain them back. What about Knife? Did we pass a Knife? Alright, third Fountain, okay, so too many Fountains. I would take second Fountain over first Knife. I have not been impressed by Knife at all when I've ever seen it played. And its stats are terrible. I think it's maybe playable sometimes, but never really excited to use it. I think I'm going to speculate on Millipede here. Obviously, Undying Malice is like the card that more easily makes our deck, but I feel like there's some chance we end up being like black-green graveyard. Never mind, we're black-red. Alright, well, this is our draft to lose. We are finding all the bombs. I was gonna say if we came black-green graveyard with all the fountains, then Millipede could be a thing, but it's not. And we're not. Blood Petal Celebrant, hello. The strongest color in VOD, it's very close. Probably black. Some chance of red. Also, thanks for the follow. I can't pronounce your name, but I appreciate your presence here. Yep, good vamps here. This is all working out pretty smoothly. We did pass a lot of red in that last pack. I guess we didn't really pass that much red. Passed like one Blood Petal Celebrant. So don't know if we're gonna get much red back. We can be, you know, mostly black vampires. Alright, so Gluttonous Guest versus Blood-Crazed Socialite. It is easy to get glutted on 4s. I still think I like Socialite over Guest. Closer pick than it might have seemed at first. Socialite's a great aggro card, but the Guest does... You know, the Vampire's deck does not always have to be super aggressive. You can just kind of grind your opponent out over time. Yeah, Livy's Attendance is a bomb. It's an absolutely sickening card. If it ever, you know, attacks and gets chump blocked or anything, you can just never draw a land for the rest of the game, basically. And that's a powerful ability, once you've cast your 6-drop. Flame Blast Bolt versus Markov Retribution. Pretty close, actually, just because I feel like there's some chance we can real Retribution. It's sometimes a little clunky. But I'll go Retribution here. I'm actually curious which of these has a better win rate in black-red. Gonna look up some stats here. Pointed discussion. Yep. Perfectly solid card. Just hitting your lands is great. Oh, Bolt's very good. You were absolutely correct to love Bolt. Extremely strong shot.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, though. That's the goal.
Alright, black-red, Markov Retribution. We're looking at a 56.7% game-in-hand win rate. Flame Blessed Bolt is... Wow, quite a bit higher. Nice job, Flame Blessed Bolt. Kevlar Man, Sag. Sorry to hear about it. Alright, so Scavengers. Not a vampire, but a fine magic card. Bloody Betrayal doesn't really do much for us, but nothing else in this pack does much for us. I have heard some people say good things about Aim for the Head. Maybe we'll just try this. I don't think we're likely to play it, but I don't think we're likely to play Bloody Betrayal either. This is great if you're like an all-in aggro deck, which we are not, or if you have a bunch of sack outlets, which we don't. Are we even a Blood Hypnotist deck? I guess so. It's like weird because we're really not that aggressive right now, but we have time to become more aggressive. The Hypnotist is like kind of a risky card. It's pretty easy for this to just accidentally be not very playable. Really getting the crap end of the black and red comments here, huh? Is this a Servitor? I can honestly picture it just being Servitor. I think this is better than Daybreak Combatants. And we'll take a 2-drop here. Alright, well we're getting a lot of the cards that are in our colors. We just need people to open a lot of vampires in pack 3. Wedding Invitation, probably more playable than Lightning Wolf. Cloudy Mercury, thanks for the follow. Alright, so we open a bomb rare for someone else. I am going to take a third Blood-Crazed Socialite over a Desperate Farmer. Actually, I'm just going to take a Flame-Blessed Bolt. There we go. We'll wheel one of the good black commons. Okay, another Markov Retribution, another Pointed Discussion, and Evolving Wilds. Still seems like this should just be retributive. I will gladly play 2 Pointed Discussion in a deck like this, but I'll start with the removal here. Could really just use some, like, solid, I don't know, belligerent guests or gluttonous guests, just some, like, normal vampire commons would really help to tie the deck together. One thing I would have thought would be cool to see in the deck would be would have been nice to see some like artifacts that were blood and not just blood tokens. Like, I kind of want to see the Ginger Brood of Blood. That could have been kind of like a neat card for standard aggro decks. Just like a 1/1 haster that you can rummage with later. A little bit of a Bomat Courier vibe, but it's also blood. That would be cool. Gingerblood Man, yeah, that's the guy. Wow, that's a late inspired idea. That is a lot of cards that are not in our colors, huh? Yikes. Alright, we're not playing a Persistent Specimen in this deck. Technically, you can discard this to blood and bring it back, but then you have a 1/1 that costs you 3 mana to bring back. And I don't care. I'm gonna take a rare. Courier Bat. We don't really have any life gain, do we? Not really, huh? I guess this is probably just Mind Leech Ghoul, which is vaguely fine. We could still pick up a guest or two, and a 2/2 flyer I think is better than a 2/2 ground creature. Reckless Impulse looking pretty good. Our curve is a little high, but this card's still generally impressive. Still just want a couple more good cheap creatures. Mind Leech Ghoul doesn't qualify, we'll just take another Bolt. I don't know how I feel about this deck. It's got some good bombs for sure. But it's definitely not as blatantly aggressive as I would have liked. I do like the Blood Petal Celebrant. That's a nice one. Blood Petal Celebrant and Flame Blessed Bolt do go nicely together. Just work your way through your opponent's big creatures. Ah, an Epic here too? Nice, okay. Okay, that's good. This will be an interesting build. Well, we never even saw a single, Falconwrath Celebrants. That's the thing this deck is missing. Falconwrath Celebrants is incredible. Alright, Pointed Discussion versus Reckless Impulse in our deck. I think the Discussion's going to be the card. I don't understand what too much removal would mean. No, we don't have too much removal. It's possible to have too many removal spells that are pointed at, like, small creatures. Like, if you had 5 Flame Blessed Bolts, at some point the Flame Blessed Bolts would stop being really great to have more copies of in some decks, but we've got a good mix here. I do not know Gonzo Time. My assumption is just that they put you in the very first pod they can, because every second that someone spends waiting in a pod is a second that they could drop out. Okay, so the usual goes here. We're just going to put everything back and then build our sealed pool. If I had to, like, give one tip to people about deck building, I would say treating your drafts like sealed pools is the biggest hack that I have discovered for myself. So we want Celebrants, we want Epicures, we want Bolts, we want a Braid, we want Olivia's Attendants, we want Rending Flame, we want Marker of Retributions, we want Blood Vial Purveyor, we want Bleed Dry, we want the Crazy Socialite, we want Gifted Fangs. So how aggressive are we realistically? I think Blood Hypnotist works pretty well. Sometimes I would be worried about this card in a mid-rangey deck not being able to block, and that being like a big problem, but... Ooh, nice Pro Donut. That's a list I'd like to see. I've been thinking a lot about Ingenious Smith, actually, with, like, Maul of the Skyclaves, Asika's Chariot, you know, whatever playable artifacts you can kind of scrounge together in Standard. Treasure Vault. I would love to see that list if you're willing to share it. Alright, so Blood Hypnotist, yeah, we're aggressive enough. Because we have some cheap creatures, and most importantly, we have a bunch of cheap removal, so it's just like, it's much harder for the downside of Blood Hypnotist to come up if you have multiple Flame Blast Bolts to take care of your opponent's early cards. So we're doing that. We have 5 slots left to fill. I would like those slots to be Ragged Recluse, which is great. We have plenty of blood for that. I would like at least 1 Blood Fountain. I like a Pointed Discussion. I like a Diagraph Scavenger, and I think I like a second Pointed Discussion over Reckless Impulse by quite a bit. I don't think we need Grisly Ritual. Yeah, this seems about right. Scavenger is close. Scavenger could be another Fountain. Scavenger could be a Reckless Impulse. Not entirely sure. Yeah, the Epicures are a bit odd. It's like hard to tell how much value you're going to get out of them, but on average, they represent 2 damage plus a blood token, plus with double Marker of Retribution, you'll be able to attack with them a surprising amount of time. As well as Blood Hypnotist, maybe, you know, making it easier for your 1-power creatures to attack through. I think when you add it all up there, I think you want to hit both of them. Point of discussion versus the second Blood Fountain. I think with Olivia's Attendants in my deck, I'm pretty interested in just having like a raw quantity of cards coming in. We also only have 11 creatures, so Blood Fountain is just not going to easily be recycling a lot of stuff for us. Like, our deck's fine, we don't need more than 11 creatures because you have a lot of removal, but I don't think we want to be too aggressive with having a bunch of like Raise Dead type effects. Honestly, if I'd say I'm worried about one thing with this deck, I'm wondering if we're sometimes going to be like trapped with Markov Retributions in our hand that we can't use, but that's another reason to definitely play the Epicures, because at least it's a shock. Okay, let's try this. Take it for a spin for 1 game. I can't promise anybody more than 1 game here. Wow, nobody believed in the Heron this time. Good stuff. Alright, so we'll start one last prediction for the win here, and then probably this will be my last game of the evening. Thanks for sticking out through that absolutely horrendous blue-green draft. Oh, Proton, for a second I thought you were talking about my limited deck. I'm like, come on, man. I'm doing my best here. Alright, grabbing... Looks like a solid hand, so little slow obviously, but Blood Vial Purveyor goes big fast, and we have a bunch of cheap removal spells that will stop our opponent from getting away from us too quickly. Yeah, deck looks neat. It seems a little sad if you have to like use Silver Raven to get enough hits for the Ingenious Smiths, but I would understand if that's what you have to do. Resculpt is cute. Woof. Okay, well. That one's gotta go. I'm gonna hit that one with a Bleed Dry. Obviously we could kill it with Rending Flame, but I feel like Rending Flame's gonna kill every creature in their deck anyway, so it might as well be inefficient. Weary, okay. Never mind. They immediately just cast a horrifically unplayable card that we can't kill with our Rending Flame. That's fine, we can mark our Retribute it in a second. Alright, well, time for me to play Blood Vial Purveyor. Hopefully they don't just kill it immediately. Huh. So the only card they could play that would kill this realistically would be Bleed Dry, so Gift of Fangs doesn't actually save it. Gift of Fangs does speed up our clock a bunch, which is interesting. Like it... I think I wait on that, because it would really suck if we went Gift of Fangs and they had the Bleed Dry. Although I guess it'll suck if they double abrade this or something. Kanye! Well, since we changed the stream title, I don't even think we've seen a Heron of Hope, let alone drafted one. But, this is going reasonably well anyway. Alright, so I guess we just, It's a lot of markup retributions. Their Weary Prisoners seem just terrible here. So it looks like we should be killing them in 3 attack steps anyway, so I'm still not going to go for Gift of Fangs. My ground creatures kind of get stopped pretty well here. I think we just go... Oh, darn it. Alright, hunt me. I just realized that I needed to kill... I'm going to kill one of the Weary Prisoners this turn, so I obviously should have that pre-combat to get an extra point of power on my guy. So, whoops. Because I do want there to be some chance that my other creature can actually attack through next turn. So, missed point of damage. See if that matters. I like Celebrant over Recluse here because if we do kill the Weird Prisoner with our other Retribution... Alright, they had the Grisly Ritual. That's a lot of blood. So I've got... I could Gift of Fang's Rending Flame. This is awkward. Alright, yeah, I think I have to attack and they block and I Rending Flame them, and then we will try to figure something out from there. We did give them a lot of blood, but we also have a lot of blood. It's really got to Grisly Ritual there, huh? Well, hopefully those were like 2 of their biggest creatures. Yeah, they could easily just die to not having very much stuff because we have a ton of removal. So far, this is a good sign. Wow, alright. Lot of blood. They are making a lot of blood. Alright, Voldaren and Epic are looking fantastic here, actually. Just, we have a lot of ways to clear the path. We just gotta get them dead. Why? Why? Why are they playing 3 copies of Weary Prisoner in their Mardu deck? Just get absolutely clapped, Aaron. Oh, I need to do a braid. I'm tilting so hard. I need to do a braid that thing in a turn. I'm just wasting mana left and right. I was supposed to play my rare and just win the game. This is unfair. Unfair. Alright, so I guess we go... Yeah, we could just Gift of Fangs the Blood Petal Celebrant and hope it works. Braid through their prisoner. Probably want to try and save Markov Retribution until we have another creature on board. And Gift of Fangs is... Problem with Gift of Fangs is they can just double block. I guess I just kill their squad then for free. Alright, let's try it and hope they are out of removal in their Mardu deck. Surely that'll work for us. We could also mark up the 3-2 and then attack with the Celebrate and Abrade the Prisoner and just hope they run out of creatures there. But I do kind of want to try saving the Retribution. Alright, this is nice. So we'll go ahead and Abrade Yon Prisoner. Goodbye. Pooch you to 10 and pray that you don't have any gluttonous guests in your deck, although black appears to be a splash. So many 6-drops. Yeah, they're just playing a pile of awful cards and trashing us tremendously. I mean, we're still probably okay. Like, realistically, all of our cards make so much blood that we're never going to really draw another land for the rest of the game. Alright, is this Gift of Fangs? I think it's Mark of Retribution plus Gift of Fangs. I think we're just trying to kill them. Let's just get him dead. Don't you dare a Flame Blessed Bolt. Okay. Whew. Here I come, go to 4. Putting them to the range of 1 hit from one of our guests, or what do you call them? The 3/3 Menace guys. Getting them so that they're dead to Blood Hypnotist almost immediately. Okay. They have just played a lot of terrible cards this game. So many bad cards. Alright, this is... Yeah, I mean... Okay, well, we discovered what's going on with all the weary prisoners, I guess. Hello, cat. Oh, hello, Blood-Crazed Socialite. That seems decent. I like it. Alright. We also have a Blood Fountain, which we can use to get back Blood Vial Purveyor at some point. I think we're okay. But, I guess this was their Black Splash? Actually... Yeah, we should have attacked there. I was thinking for some reason that they were going to, Scavenger's neat. Okay, now we're going to attack. Do I even sacrifice a blood token here? I don't think I do. There's no real reason to do that. Alright, they have the Abrade. Okay. So now hopefully we just kill them with Scavenger. Do they have more removal for the other Epicure here? Good golly. What a game. Alright, that's fine. They're at 2. I guess that's why we didn't attack there, except they didn't have the mana to do that last turn, so we just, like, extra punted. Alright. They're also at 13 cards in their library, which is nothing. So we've hit a lot of spells. Ancestral Anger again? Are they just going to cast... I'm kind of worried they just cast like 4 Ancestral Angers this turn and kill us somehow. I don't know. Okay, that's dual land. There's a... I don't even know. It has to attack if it can. Blood Hypnotist. Alright, Blood Hypnotist... Oh. Never mind, they accidentally turned it back to daytime. What a spectacular game of Magic. What a spectacular game of Magic the Gathering we're playing today. They haven't played a good card yet. Okay. Alright, that's 2 creatures. Sadly, Blood Hint Mistress only works once per turn, and I do see why. I do see why they did that. I would rather kill their Alluring Suitor when they're forced to chump block. You say that, Base 6, but A, be nice to our opponents, as I mentioned earlier on the stream, and B, we're ranked 413, so I don't think we have much in the way of a leg to stand on here. Point of discussion is a very good thing to have access to. Opponents also down to 8 cards in their library. Yeah, the real turbo bombs in the set aren't usually red. So I don't honestly know what could be going on here. We did turn to nighttime, though, so the next Weird Prisoner comes in as a 6/6. Also, Kanye, I don't even remember where you came in, but if this is the first match you're seeing... Sadly, Briblek, you can't target pointed discussion. If you could target pointed discussion, that would be a very appropriate way for this game to end. They played a land. I guess they literally can't filter through their deck anymore. They're just going to mill out. Honestly, it's kind of a funky format. I'm just playing this because I'm going to make their thing not block, and we're going to see what removal spell they have or whatever. Like, let's frickin' go. Show me the Abrade or the Fierce Retribution or whatever. This might not even be correct. It's probably correct just to attack and, force their Celebrant to chump block, but I'm in a mood here. I'm in a state. Lantern Flare. Alright. Opponent's officially gained some life. Cool. Good job. Opponent's got 6 cards in their library. Okay, well, that's a good card, but doesn't seem that helpful to them here. Like, it's fine. I shouldn't have played that land. That was silly. I don't know why I played a land there. Okay. So this thing, they can tweak it so they have 13 permanents by just sacking some blood tokens or whatever, and then they can do 7 damage to something. But they are now at 4 cards in the library. Okay. That's a good one. Am I attacking? I guess I'm attacking? Alright. How many cards do I have in my deck? I have 6 cards in my deck. I'm glad I checked. Okay. I guess we knew they had more of those. No, you don't have it. You don't fucking have it. Well, if the last card's the last Ancestral Anger, I lose. But it doesn't appear to be that, so our opponent is about to mill out. Oh yeah, no, we win. We win off the last anger. I don't think there's a card in the set that beats us from here. I guess if they had a second Stencia Uprising, but that doesn't even do it. No, it's over.
To become Aaron Girdler tonight, Chad.
It's finally freaking over. We never did draw our blood fountain. Boniato, thanks for the follow. That's the way to go. I feel like this was a bizarre... This game was weird in a way that was, like, completely impossible to describe. Like, I feel like if you took me back 2 weeks in time and you sat down with Aaron, who's, like, looking at the spoilers for the set, and they're like, Aaron, you gotta hear about this game. Like, Aaron at that time would not understand why this felt the way it did, or why this made... Like, what even went on here today. I'm, like, a different person now. Our opponent, yeah. Whatever happens there, we were not the alpha in that game. Congratulations, let's be happy. Honestly, this feels like the first time I've really met my Mistman. I'm prepared to start like running to Let's Be Happy on the ladder all the times and playing games like this, and then I just have my own Mistman. Well, guess we pay off the bet. Did anybody really win that match? I'm clicking yes, but it feels wrong. Congratulations to the believers. And on that note, yeah, good night everybody. Let's chat one. Let's find someone to raid. I'll be thinking about that one for a long time. Okay, Sam is doing a VOW set review. That sounds great. Let's go raid Sam. Good night, everyone.